Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and we are, once again, going through one of our Werewolf games. We have a Dice Tower Werewolf Facebook group, and I get together and run 1 or 2 games each week. I'm always trying out new things, and in today's game, I'm trying out a ghost. Now, I always felt that the ghost that exists in Werewolf was too weird and didn't really give out a lot of good information, so I tried my own spin on the ghost. I tried it out in 2 games. This is the first, so I'm still kind of learning how the ghost works and getting it together, and this is what happened.
All right, welcome everybody to the umpteenth week of playing Werewolf. Let's go over tonight's roles in the game. At this point, I'm going to assume, as always, that you have either played this before or watched a playthrough, and if not, you're going to pretend that you're new so that no one will kill you.
Good luck.
We have an indeterminate number of werewolves tonight, but you know there's at least 2. You know this because one of them is a werewolf hunter, which means if they are killed, they instantly pick one person to take out with them. Also, one of them is a werewolf cub. The werewolf cub is so cute that if you kill it, it will drive the werewolves to a frenzy, and the next night they will kill 2 people rather than 1.
That's what I would do.
What?
That's what I would do.
We're also playing...
So that's 3 villagers right there.
I haven't told you what your roles are yet.
No, between the hunter and the cub, that's...
Oh, you're saying that kills 3 villagers?
Yeah.
Did the villagers win the last 2 games? Yes, they did. All right. Yeah. We're also playing with the Dream Wolf. If you are a Dream Wolf, I'll tell you at the beginning that you are a villager. But when the first werewolf dies, I'll tell you, guess what? You're actually a werewolf. We're playing with the Sasquatch, who, if the village somehow votes to not kill anyone during the day, then the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf. Otherwise, the Sasquatch remains a villager for the game. If the werewolves kill the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf also. Don't roll 1. If we're going to play with the Tanner, if the Tanner gets killed by either the werewolves or the villagers, they win the game. The game does not end, but you get to go home knowing you've won. The Tanner is poisoned, though. If the Tanner is killed, a random village by the villagers, a random villager will be killed. If the Tanner is killed by the werewolves, a random werewolf will be killed. And
that's an awesome way to do it.
I'm definitely hearing background talking on someone's thing.
Someone turn off your TV.
It's probably me. I'm at the game shop, but they're being pretty quiet, but I can mute.
Go yell at them, please.
Just bring me over. I'll talk to him. We're going to play with the Seer. The Seer each night will ask me if someone's a werewolf, and I will tell you yes, or I will tell you no. We'll play with the Bodyguard. Each night, the Bodyguard will pick someone to protect. They can pick themselves. That person, if the werewolves target them, is safe. You cannot pick the same person 2 consecutive nights. We're playing with the Old Hag. Each night, the Old Hag will pick somebody. That person is removed from the village the following day. They cannot be voted on or killed. Also, they cannot vote on or kill people. We're playing with the Hunter, a villager hunter. If you get killed, you can pick someone and immediately take them out with you. And we're playing with Frankenstein, who becomes the Seer, Bodyguard, Old Hag, and Hunter if they die. We're also playing with the Lycan. The Lycan looks like a werewolf, but to the Seer, but is actually just a villager. The Lycan doesn't know they're a Lycan. And in fact, on night 1, the werewolves will vote on who the Lycan will be. And finally, we're going to play with a ghost. So here's how my ghost is going to work. I know that there's other ghosts in other werewolf games. Mine's going to be different. The ghost is going to be the first villager to die, period. Whether it's during the day from being killed by the village or whether it's being killed by the werewolves at night. It doesn't matter if you have a role or not. You're the ghost. Everyone will know you're the ghost. If you're the ghost, you'll turn your screen off like normal when you die. But you will tell me each day which person you would like to haunt at night. I will tell you during the day if you're being haunted by the ghost. If you don't look at it, I don't know what to do. So check your chat during the day to see if you got a message from me. At night, I'll say the ghost is now haunting, and you'll have about 15 seconds, or basically however much time I want, to communicate with that person. But here's what you cannot do. You can't talk, obviously, out loud, but you can also not do anything that will give a letter, a number, or a name. Anything else is fair game. But you cannot do anything that insinuates a letter, a number, or a name. So you can communicate in any way. You cannot write anything down, Ghost. And the
Draw
person,
something.
the person...
No.
Ooh, drawing a picture.
Oh, you just make him think.
I will allow drawing a picture if you start the drawing at the time the haunting begins. You can't have a pre-drawn picture.
Okay.
The person who is being haunted has no communication other than just basically to sit there. They might, do some stuff. I don't know how this will work. It could go well, or it could lead to the ghost pinpointing every single werewolf, because the ghost can watch everything.
Sounds like fun.
When you say implying a letter, do you mean any letters or like a letter in someone's name?
I mean like a letter, period. You can't do a J, because the actual ghost says you can do a letter but not part of someone's name, which is super confusing and stupid. So you just can't do letters or numbers or names. You can't be like, Jason, okay? You can't do that sort of thing. But you also can't do a J, So how you communicate is up to you. You could pick the same person to haunt every night. You can pick different people. It doesn't matter to me. Any other questions about the Seer? I mean, the ghost. Eric, I think you're muted or you're very quiet.
Oh, really?
No, it's just that you're really quiet.
I'm still a little confused on how.
Is that any better or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better, Eric.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So with the ghost, so we tell you who we're gonna haunt, and
Yes,
then everyone else
you will text me during the day and say I'm haunting, Victor, and then I'll send a text to Victor and say, Victor, you're being haunted tonight. And then during the night, I'll say the haunt begins. At that point, the ghost will blank back in, and the person who is being haunted will open their eyes.
So
Okay.
the ghost will be able to watch what's going on in the background. Like
That is correct. The ghost will know everything. How you
Oh,
communicate
wow.
that information is hard. Well, there's a possibility of a lot of werewolves in this game.
Oh,
The
yes.
ghost, I assume, when they communicate with
So-
whoever they're communicating with.
I'm sorry, say what?
When the ghost is communicating with whoever they're communicating with, I'm assuming their screen comes back on so the person could see them communicating.
Yes, I said that.
Okay.
So 15
I-
seconds, right?
About as long as I'll say the haunt is over, and then the ghost blinks back out, and the other person closes their eyes.
The ghost haunt the same person?
Yes.
Should you also limit the ghost to not pointing at colors? Because pointing at colors inferring to a certain.
Maybe you should ask me lots and lots of specific questions that will make me add restrictions to the ghost, or I wouldn't add
Let it
any
go.
questions.
Yeah, let's just leave. Let's leave. It's fine.
What do you mean you're gonna text them during the day? What?
You're gonna get a message in your chat.
Ellen, I'm going to send you a message right now just so you can see what it looks like.
Make sure you keep your chat open the whole time.
The mouse
Okay.
to the bottom.
It's not. It's just like every time somebody says something, it just pops up and then goes away. Is that?
Oh,
all
go
for
to the
everybody?
top right and choose whatever is
Gallery.
The name. It's
Yeah, there
called
should be like
gallery view.
Should be like a
Grid view.
pop-out view or something.
Oh my gosh, guys! If it weren't for Randy, you wouldn't know who I am. Because I don't do tech. Hold on a second. Okay.
So you could, even lobby to be the first one killed each day. If you want to be the ghost, that's fine. The first day. There's only going to be one ghost.
I don't mind being killed, dude.
That's going to be Werewolf Dixon.
And the ghost is part of the villager team, right?
I'll hunt you.
It's more like Werewolf Mysterium, I think. But
Mysterium. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's better.
The ghost is part of the villagers.
the ghost is a villager. They'll be the first villager to die.
Yeah, great. He's gonna text us during the game, and I don't know how to.
So remember, again, the ghost cannot do anything that insinuates a person's name, a letter, or a number. You can't hold up 3. You can't make a letter with your hand. You can't write a letter. You can't write a number. You can't draw 3 stars and count them out to show that there's 3. And you can't, put a big letter J and then put AY after it and, point to it. You can't do that sort of stuff.
And I hold up Dixit cards.
No. Stop trying to.
Feel you.
This, folks who are watching this on YouTube later, is why I like to play with people who aren't gamers.
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty, I think that's everything. I'm going to start texting you. You can start talking. I'm going to text you what your roles are. These were randomly predetermined as numbers here for each person. And I did so because I don't want you to try to guess who I would give each thing to. The only thing that's picked will be the Lycan. You're going to think you're a villager anyway, but the Lycan will be picked by the werewolves. All right, so you can talk, and I will start sending these out.
What if the Lycan has another role, though? It's still the Lycan?
Well, yeah, they're still the Lycan. They just because they're going to be accused of being a werewolf.
They'll have both roles.
Because the Seer will see the Lycan as a werewolf, but it's not a werewolf.
Yeah, Jason was a Lycan Seer, I believe, last game or one of the games.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or something like that.
I mean, I guess that's possible if the werewolves are picking. They don't know who the Seer is, so.
Huh. I hope they pick the Seer.
And you said there's a Dream Wolf in this game?
Yep.
What's the Dream Wolf's deal?
It's the Dream
time a
Wolf.
werewolf
You'll
dies.
you'll get sent a message that you're a villager, but then as soon as a werewolf dies, Tom would end up sending the person saying, "Oh, you're a werewolf now." Whoever's the Seer, make sure you're making notes about what round you check people on. And now that I say that, I should get out myself a nice little piece of paper, just in case.
Yeah, there is no drunk though as well.
No drunk.
Yeah,
No.
there's more clean information in a way.
Well,
I mean, not in game.
This might be a stupid question to ask, but with the Seer, could we check ourselves to see if we were Lycan or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting question.
Yeah.
But for what
It wouldn't
purpose?
do any
You're a
good
villager.
because you're the only one who would know.
Yes,
I
I
guess
will
for
allow
Frankenstein.
the Seer to check themselves for that purpose.
You would know going forward that you wouldn't get a false positive if you did that on someone else.
That's true.
If
That's
somebody else is
true.
claiming Lycan, though,
You
right?
check
You could
yourself.
prove they're
You
wrong.
know.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Everyone.
Hmm.
Okay, that's you. Okay.
This is gonna be interesting, y'all.
Find the chat feature, Ellen?
What?
You find the chat feature?
Oh yeah, he's right here trying not to be in camera. I feel like just showing him how.
Wait, is Randy doing the chat for you?
Yeah.
That's not creepy.
You think I do this by myself? No. No.
The chat's literally in the Zoom.
So,
I don't know how to do this.
Randy, when you tell her her role, speak out loud.
I know how to do that part by myself.
Hey, Randy, if that's the case, you got to see these guys at night too.
Be like, okay,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll explain to you again what the Sasquatch is.
Your role?
I kind of know what my role is. Maybe, possibly. I'm gonna look it up online.
Should've known.
So, Ellen,
Both
not regular villager.
Has
Also not
I would look that
werewolf.
up too, honestly. I would look
has
that up too.
this has the
The second she
Sasquatch
says I'm just a plain villager.
has the Sasquatch always turned into a werewolf if they were killed by the werewolves?
On this game, not every game.
No.
There's been a few games-
The normal Sasquatch just become a werewolf if there's no death during the day.
So Jason, does that
What?
prevent the theory of having the Sasquatch come out?
Oh yeah,
then? Does that
Tom nerfed
Unless
the
Jason's the
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Tom nerfed the Sasquatch on purpose because I couldn't make it come out. So
Okay.
that's why it's got that new thing where
Don't know what you're talking about.
Sasquatch gets eaten at night. It turns into a werewolf. That was all Tom because I kept making it come out as part of. I don't think any of these roles can come out, unfortunately, in this game because no roles.
Because you're one of them.
No. basically
It should be.
They'll all become werewolves, or
They'll all
they don't
become
know.
werewolves,
Like,
so
the Lycan doesn't know either.
yeah, like
there'll be
none of
20
these rolls
werewolves.
can come
It'll be a
out.
short game.
None of these rolls come out because they're all bad. Like
Yep.
if the Tanner comes out, the werewolves aren't going to kill the Tanner.
All right,
We're not
everyone
gonna
here
kill
should
the
have gotten their roll. Did everyone? I mean, okay, let me ask it this way: did anyone here not get their roll? All right. Okay, here we go. All right, let's begin the game. Everyone close your eyes. Let's start night 1 as I mute you all. I would. Ellen, your eyes are open. What a cheater. Okay. Everyone close your... I can't do Eric's voice. I won't even try. All right. So the bodyguard's not going to look up tonight because they don't... The werewolves aren't going to kill anyone. Welcome to your town here. This is a beautiful town. You make clothes, suits, and hats. Many, many wonderful hats. Drawing the attention of, well, I would say lots of tourists, but there's not many people interested in that. But some tourists come and look for hats. We're going to start with the werewolves. So if the werewolves could look up at each other so you know who the other werewolves are. And I'm going to need you to pick who you would like the Lycan to be. Thank you. All right. Seer, who would you like to know? Just show me their name written down and I will tell you yes or no. Thank you. Old hag. Who would you like to send out of the village on day 1? Thank you. And just so everyone knows, this would be the point now where I'm going to do the haunt on all nights after someone dies. Although it's possible no one will die in the morning. Speaking of morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Your hat business has been doing well, mostly because one visitor showed to town and bought like 30. They were then killed, and you find Tom Vasel dead in a pile of hats. You're sad, mostly because blood got on some of the hats, and it's going to be hard to resell them.
Mostly because of that. Yeah.
Mostly because of that. In fact, that might be all of it, but you have been a hard-hearted town before. All right, so also a letter showed up. And Raven, you've been called out of town on business to sell hats at a local hat convention, which hasn't been canceled yet. Alrighty, so while Raven is gone, he cannot be voted on or killed today. So we're going to start off here. Who would you like to take out on day 1? Present your theories. You also can always make the motion to kill nobody during the course of the day.
So just to make clear what you said. So whoever is out of town cannot be nominated or killed?
That is correct. They're out of town. You can't hang someone out of town.
We're gonna have to kill him when he comes back.
Important. Yeah,
we'll have to kill him when he comes back because he has to be quarantined for 14 days, and we don't have.
So you're saying killing's easier than quarantining?
Yeah, I mean it's just easier to do that. You know.
Get the luck of being the ghost, I guess.
Our large town haberdashery.
Okay, so I have 2 theories here. I'm just gonna throw them out and then
we just started.
Theory is if the Sasquatch is gonna turn at some point, because if the werewolves attack the Sasquatch will turn anyway. Do we not kill anyone and let the Sasquatch turn now? I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if that's better or not, but I don't know.
What's your angle, Jason?
I'm just asking because it's someone getting killed.
I'm gonna regret say that, but I think I agree with Jason on that.
I know. I was kind of leaning that way too.
It's a good question.
We have more chance to hit the werewolf because there will be more werewolves, so we have more chances mathematically. To kill
Now,
However,
Jason has never brought that up before.
I did actually.
JoJo has in other games.
I
but
did bring
not
that up
Jason.
in a different game, the same exact thing. Same exact thing I brought up now. I brought up in a different game.
I will bring up
What
one
were you in
negative.
that game?
What?
What were you in that game?
I was a villager.
Okay.
We'll bring up one negative to this plan. There's one negative to this plan.
What's the
Is
negative?
that the negative
werewolf
is
get to pick the ghost.
yes. I'm
That's
not saying
the
it's a
only
big negative, but it could be a negative.
But does it
Oh, I see
matter? I
your
mean,
point.
does anyone
Well, if
want
we-
to be the ghost? Like,
Could
I
just
I
easily
would
be a
be
ghost the second night.
Well, we could
So-
kill somebody this
I
day
see.
and not kill somebody next day.
Here's
we
the
don't
other
get
negative.
the ghost right away.
So the ghost only appears
Oh,
Just
on
to-
day one if we kill somebody?
Just to clarify, if you don't kill anyone tonight, then unless the werewolves killed the tanner, the werewolves will pick who's going to be the ghost.
Yeah.
oh, that's
Do you
true.
think that's bad
So
or
we kill somebody
Well,
tonight.
because
I
if we
don't
pick
not
somebody
kill
tonight
somebody
who's a
next
better
day.
communicator, then they'll be a more effective ghost.
And the ghost can't be a werewolf, I presume.
well, obviously
Oh,
because
no,
the
it has to
werewolf
be
gets
Yeah, they
doesn't
first
can't.
villager to
evolve.
die.
No, the ghost is one of us. That much we know. The ghost is
Right.
a villager.
Us.
Tom said
But if we vote
One
somebody
of
off,
us,
it
one
could
of
be a
us.
werewolf. In which case, I mean, I guess that's good then.
Sure, but the same thing would happen then, yes.
Right.
We get a ghost regardless of when they die, correct? It doesn't have to
Yes,
be
there's
they
going
die
to
day
be a
one,
ghost.
night
We're
one.
100%
It's better to
Straight
be
up-
today.
Now, even if you kill
Unless somebody
werewolf,
wants to be the ghost.
I
Somebody
almost
wants
want to be the ghost just for the experience of it.
The only thing I
But the problem is, if I don't communicate it well, everybody's gonna hate me later on. That's
Probably. Probably.
So I'll be honest.
I'm thinking,
I'll be
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
No hate, baby. No hate.
I think everyone's thinking that.
There's
This is
two
going to
things.
sound crazy, but if
Who's
a
good at
plain
playing
villager,
charades?
I actually don't mind to be the ghost.
if
I
a
would
villager,
volunteer to be the
if there's
ghost.
a villager who doesn't have a specific thing, they could become the ghost and get it wrong.
Gain a lot of power, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's my thinking. I wouldn't mind being a ghost, but I know I'm terrible at all those games like Mysterium and stuff. So I know I won't be able to give good clues. Tom always laughs at me that I'm so bad at those games. But the ghost sounds fun, so I don't mind. And they probably made me the Lycan anyway, because that's what happened every game that I've been made the Lycan.
True.
So we probably deny the Lycan as well. I don't think I'll be a good clue giver, but I'll try, I guess.
We got to talk about how trustworthy Jay is too.
Sounds like a tanner wanting to die.
Here's the thing: I can draw.
I'd rather keep
Somebody who can
Jason.
draw.
I can draw.
Excellent pantomimer.
I'd rather keep Jason in the game though, because Jason's a huge asset, rather than
If
be
he's
a
on the
ghost.
villager team.
So let's also
If
not
he's on a
ignore
villager team.
Gil said that he would be the ghost as well.
Tanner.
So I mean, there is a chance that we could make Gil.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. It does. I don't need to.
But Gil's always a werewolf.
Jill,
nine games in a row, isn't it, Gil?
This
Yeah,
is a
this
this
is
is a
number-
good change
this
of
is number
pace for
10,
me as
right?
game.
Yeah,
because-
I have played a game with Gil where he wasn't a werewolf. I can confirm.
Yeah, this week twice I wasn't.
Jill,
Wow.
Jill, how do you feel about your profession right now, Jill?
My profession?
Yeah, are you happy with your job?
Oh yeah, it's very happy. I just got a raise, so I can't be sad.
Surprised Guami hasn't claimed to be the ghost yet.
What? Everybody keeps talking.
Listen, did you say you had another theory too?
So do we think we should kill someone, or do we think that we should let the Sasquatch turn right now?
I think
guess
we
that's
should
the
kill
first
someone.
question.
Wait for the Sasquatch next night, because then we get a ghost right away.
I would say you get the ghost out
agree.
first. So
Yeah,
the
I
ghost
think
can get
ghost more
information
important.
through the-
I agree with Gil.
So I'll nominate Gil.
all right, Gil's been nominated.
I'll second.
The second by Guamin. Gil, what's your defense?
Wait.
My defense is that I'm not sure if I did a good thing myself. I am a villager, so you can either save me or make me a ghost. Either way will be okay.
You want to be the ghost?
We should wait until vote
I wouldn't
3
mind
either
being
way,
a ghost.
right?
Here's my fear of being a
because if
ghost.
we vote him out now.
Okay,
it's-
wait. So here's my defense. I will be a ghost if I don't get blamed later on. Like, what was that? I don't want any dicey comment afterwards. Okay?
Gil, I'd like to come in and clarify something. You're going to be the ghost whether you pick it or not. If you're the first one killed, you don't get a choice.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want if they kill me and
He
make
gets
me
to
ghost,
choose
I
to
just wanna
help us.
hear afterwards,
So are you
like how
saying
bad
if-
I was.
If you do bad drawings and don't give anyone good clues, no one should blame you for that. That's what you're saying.
I might be a Guami ghost. You never know.
All right.
I do think we should hear other
Bad
people before we
information.
vote Gil. Like
Yeah.
saving for the third one.
All right. Thumbs for
Maybe,
Gil.
yeah. I thought as
Thumbs
well,
up
yeah,
means
we
you
might
would
as well
like
hear
Gil
some
to
more
live.
people.
Thumbs down means you'd like Gil to die.
I'm sorry. What are we doing? Are we saving him now and waiting for the third vote?
I think
they nominated me too early. I think we probably want to hear at least one more.
All right, I need everyone to hold their thumbs sideways, Ellen and Lynn. When I say 3, we're going to put our thumbs up if you want them to live, and you'll put your thumb down if you want them to die. Watch everyone's votes. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
All right, so Gil wanted to kill himself, but everyone else voted to keep him alive.
Tanya, he's a tanner.
who
He's a
nominated-
tanner.
Who nominated
Gil,
Gil?
you matter, Gil. You matter.
Who
nominated
nominated
Gil?
That kind of
I nominated
stunk.
Gil as
We
a
kind
Gil.
of.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm not a tanner. First of all,
who
because I'm not a
seconded
big
Gil?
fan of tanner, and if I was a tanner, I would play like a werewolf to the end of the
2 seconds, Jason.
So if he's the tanner, then he wins and he gets to play the
Jason, I'll give you one guess.
ghost.
Who?
Kwame
Kwame? Oh, of
Yes.
course. Kwame
Yes, Kwame seconds everything.
I think
Hold on,
that
can-
kind of
Oh.
stunk for us that we nominated Gil right off the bat. 'cause we
Can the
got
tanner
no
be the
information
ghost?
about
That doesn't seem fair to the village either.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No, the tanner cannot be the ghost.
The tanner's the tanner, so why? How would they? Be
However,
the ghost?
think of it this way. If the tanner is killed on the
killed the
first,
first night.
day, then a random villager is killed. That random villager would be the ghost.
Oh, there you go.
So we give the choice to the werewolf. Do we want to do that?
Well, how
I
would
still don't think we want to give the werewolf the choice of who.
If I was a tanner, I would be quiet right now. I wouldn't play this game just to watch the rest of the game. I would
Yeah,
just
yeah,
have
on the first
watch
night
the game.
kinda stinks.
Yep.
Others have done that.
It sure does.
I've never seen a village this eager to go into afterlife.
No, it
Full
seems
visit's
I'm
a
the only
one-stop
one.
deal.
Tarang, did you make that hat yourself? That's beautiful.
Oh no, this is for the memorial of Tom Vasel who died yesterday
Oh.
night.
I'm going to start canceling these private werewolf games. Actually, to be fair, I kill him in every one of my games too. So there we go.
Did we nominated Guami or not?
Why are we nominating?
Why would we nominate Guami?
I
Yeah,
thought
where
somebody,
did
I
that
thought
come
somebody
from?
said Guami's name. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess you did.
Jason was just asking who seconded the first one.
That is true.
The first night's just weird, right? There's not a whole lot of.
But yeah,
So I will say,
as far as I'm concerned, I'm a werewolf. For the other werewolves, I'm sorry I didn't wake up during the night. Maybe I'll remember tonight. I'll see. We'll see.
Can Guami second Guami?
Did someone nominate Kwame?
I could.
No.
No, one's
I
nominated
think
Kwame.
so.
So here's a question. Since I brought it up at the beginning and we still haven't, have we made the decision? Do we want to let the Sasquatch turn or not let Sasquatch? Have we made a
Not the
decision?
first
yet?
night. We should let the Sasquatch turn
If we let the Sasquatch turn, then the
I was
wolves
actually kind of. I
select
was just
the
going to
ghosts.
ask the same thing. Like, I wanted to hear some other people's thoughts on this because I'm like half and half just to see how it goes.
I would
So I
say
played-
tomorrow,
yeah.
not today. Like we get a ghost first because that's a good information we got, and then tomorrow we just let the Sasquatch turn werewolf. I think mathematically we have more chances to hit the werewolf than wait to.
Well, either
the
way, I'm going to
werewolf-
need another nomination here, folks.
We played last week, and the Sasquatch made it all the way to the end with the same rules. Where if you killed the Sasquatch, they became a werewolf. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Exactly.
definitely possible that they make it to the end.
Yeah.
We're
That was
guaranteeing that there's a
Silent
werewolf.
50-50 chance that that's going to happen anyhow.
Eventually, the werewolves are going to hit.
Nomination.
Unless that just means we're killing more.
Nomination.
Let's nominate somebody that is quiet so they can talk.
Nomination.
hasn't said anything.
I'll
so
nominate.
far.
Chris hasn't said anything.
J-Mac.
Yeah.
All right, I heard J Mac was been nominated. Who is there a second to that?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Who nominated?
Matthew.
Larry. Matthew.
Matt Larry.
Just to give J-Mac a
All right,
chance
J
to
Mac, what's your defense?
My defense is I kind of don't care either way. If you want me to be the ghost, I'm usually okay at communicating through nonverbal. So that's fine. But if you want to keep me around, I'm willing to help the group try to get rid of all the werewolves. So just been trying to watch and see people's reaction to this different train of thought. since it is different than we've done before. The idea of kind of picking somebody to die to be the ghost and seeing who's okay with that and who's not okay with that, and just watching the way people are reacting to that. So that's been mainly what I've been doing. Nothing jumps out definitely to me yet, but just watching.
All right, thumbs for J-Mac.
Are we going with the kill or not? Or are we waiting for the last one?
But what is kill? Down, thumbs down.
Yeah,
Down.
this is
Kill is
kill.
down.
This is lip.
Every round, you just put your finger down. You okay?
Okay, ready?
Let's do the third nomination.
One,
I feel like the Emperor runs the
two,
later.
3.
I don't care.
I
All
just decided that it would be fun.
Ellen, Jim, voted down. Everyone else voted up. J-Mac is still
Sorry.
alive. Do I have a
all
third
good.
nomination?
I nominate Gil.
Hurt your feelings.
Gil.
Eric
I
nominated
second
Gil.
it.
Is there a second?
That's way too quick. Way too
Second.
quick.
I second it.
Gil, what's your
So-
defense?
quick.
So Gil is our ghost.
I'm a villager. I'm a vanilla villager, so I don't mind be a ghost.
Who nominated? Who
Who
second?
nominated?
Everyone
Eric?
nominated.
Eric.
And
That
Sonia
was really quick before we got to discuss.
Yeah.
That was very
Well, I
quick.
actually
What
asked
was
for it to
the-
be quick, so I'm
What was
thankful.
there to
was too
discuss?
quick.
I was just hoping that we would, before the nomination happened, we would talk a little longer. Like
Well, yeah, we don't have time for that. All right, thumbs for Gil. It's already
Night
30
is
minutes in the
young.
game. Ready?
So wait, Tom, wait.
No.
wait.
1,
This is
No.
2, 3. All right, so I have
I don't like this.
Victor, and Nam and Chris are the only people voting to keep him alive. Gil is
I think it's
indeed
Tanner.
dead.
and Ellen.
Gil is a villager.
Oh,
good.
Tanner.
All right, no one close your eyes yet. Gil, I need you to quickly text me and tell me who you would like to haunt tonight, and I'll let that person know before we go to sleep. Starting tomorrow during the day, Gil will just text me at some point during the day and tell me who he'd like to talk to. Sooner better than later, Gil. And then
So
I'll
we
tell
just
that.
killed Gil.
And just to clarify,
Yeah.
when does
Kill
the
Gil, but
haunt
he's a
take
ghost.
place in the night?
It will happen. It's the very last thing before we wake up. So it's possible that when the ghost wakes up, they'll be talking to someone who's about to be killed, or they already are dead. They just don't know they're dead. It's kind of like a movie that's famous.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. All right, that seemed like a pretty successful day. You killed somebody, but that person died with a big smile on their face. All righty. And Raven came back. He seemed to have a good trip at the convention. Man, I wish I could go to a convention. Okay, we're getting off topic here. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect tonight? You can protect yourself. Remember, you have to protect someone different on consecutive nights. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. All right, Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. Old Hag, who would you like to send out of the village? Thank you. All right. At this point, the haunt will begin. So the ghost will come back on, and whoever has been haunted by the ghost has a minute to talk to them, or not a minute, a few seconds. about half the time. Three, 2, 1, and that's it. The haunt is over. Goodbye, ghost. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. There's no more werewolf conventions, but there is a werewolf retreat. And Lynn, you've been honored to go to that. So we'll see you tonight. But Lynn is out of the village today, and we'll be back. You cannot vote for Lynn to be killed. So we'll see you later, Lynn.
Okay, what do I do?
You just turn off your video camera. You can still watch and everything.
Hit the stop video button at
But-
the bottom. It'll turn it off.
Oh, okay.
But you'll be back later tonight. But Nam, I'm so very sorry you've been killed, and you were a villager. Sorry, Nam, you were killed, but they laid a beautiful hat on top of your body. I'm a ghost, and I'm a little jealous at this point. All right, folks. Now what are you going to do?
Okay, so
Anybody want to claim to be haunted?
Oh.
Did you get any information?
Yeah, who got information and what did we get?
Well, so that's scary too, right? Because if they come out and they got information, they know.
Right, and what if?
What's that? What was that, Jim?
We couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It helps that person.
If the person who's haunted comes out right now, right, then the werewolves know that person's in communication with the ghost.
Well, it just means they were in communication last night. It doesn't mean, yeah, it could change every day.
But that
So,
also
I wouldn't
indicates that person is a villager.
Could I bring up my
Well, the werewolves already know who the villagers are.
Yeah, that's
Could
true.
I bring up my next question, which is the thing we were talking about before, and what Gil was saying? Does it make sense that this round we don't kill, so the Sasquatch turns out there rather than later if the Sasquatch gets attacked by the werewolves? I know this was Gil said wait one turn and then do it the next turn, because then we won't lose a villager this turn. I mean, assuming that it's not a werewolf that we pick. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm just asking.
It depends on how many werewolves there are.
We don't know how many werewolves. That's the
There's
problem.
going to be a
We
lot
never
of
know.
werewolves this
I
game.
would
As
say
we
let's
do.
decide that later, because if we decide it now and nominate a few people, their defenses are going to be pretty weak, and who cares if we nominate somebody and they are just give a terrible
don't know
defense,
yet.
then if we can get a good read that they're a werewolf, there's no reason to skip a day if we get a read on a werewolf. But if we
Okay,
decide
that's
now
true.
to say
No,
we're not
I'm
going
not.
to kill anybody, then the werewolves are going to not have any pressure to.
No, I'm not.
that
I'm not saying nominate for the night. We can go through 3 nominations and talk to a bunch of people, but do we want to kill or do we want to let the Sasquatch turn rather than the
Let's
werewolf?
talk about that after 2
Let's
nominations.
talk about that for number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ghost might have given good information as well.
Right, it's
so,
possible.
yeah.
If the ghost didn't give good information, then the person shouldn't say anything. But if they have a good suspicion, they should say something.
Well, then I think if we get to that third nomination and somebody quickly does the nomination,
Quick second. There's a problem.
yeah, if there's a quick
Yeah.
second, that's going to be sketchy.
Yeah.
Right?
Who
Yeah.
was the
Yes.
quick-
You think I'm
who was the
sketchy?
person who quickly nominated
Yes, we do.
Gil?
What was that,
Vote?
Simon?
Once we know we have a werewolf for sure.
Who was it who quickly nominated Gil on the last vote?
It was Eric nominated.
Eric
Who
was
second?
Yeah, it was Eric.
Seconded.
Sonia.
I seconded, but I only seconded real quick because it was kind of a plan. So
Yeah.
I was
And we
just
didn't have-
assuming.
We didn't have a whole lot of time, right?
Right.
Yeah, don't blame me. That's always been the rule.
I just want to point one. I just want to point one.
I have a question. Go ahead, Matt.
I just want to point one thing out. The ghost picked who they were going to talk to before they knew who the werewolves were.
Yes.
That's true. I was thinking about the
They
same
may
thing.
have not picked a werewolf.
Oh, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, so if they found out that they talked to a werewolf because
might
they
have just said
know
nothing.
night
Yeah.
one.
They
Exactly.
might have
That's
just
a
been
good
If I
point.
was a
Hey,
That's
werewolf
good
and I had
point.
gotten information, I would want to share it right now because now you look like a villager.
Yeah. So
Well, they wouldn't
Yeah.
share, right? Because by the time they share info, they would realize their mistake.
Well, they can make it up.
I'm kind of thinking about like why if you were the haunted, you woke up and you know for a fact who the werewolf is based on the ghost. Why wouldn't you share that information? Because we got a werewolf. It's unless you're like the seer, and we need that role or Frankenstein. Why wouldn't you say, "Hey,
Yeah, this is
I know
better
who
than the
werewolf
seer,
is."
kind of, because it's a new
They-
person every night.
I've played with the ghost before, and it's not as effective as you think it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I was
just
gonna
saying.
say.
I'm just
can't
saying, if
put
you figured
names
out, you're like,
and
oh, I
letters and
definitely understand what you're saying, and
Yeah,
that
that's
person's a
true.
werewolf.
No, I agree.
Why
And I feel-
wouldn't you say it?
I think somebody might
Right.
have said something, but it's also easier if you're a plain vanilla villager, then you might be more likely to do that. But yeah, if you are some, yeah, if you're something else with a role, then that might make you a little more hesitant.
I mean, because honestly, I don't even think a werewolf would kill that person if they are so confident to come out because they're saying, well, they're not the seer. I'm not going to kill them.
Well, Gil didn't know who he was visiting, so I think
Right.
moving
I
forward,
know.
now we'll
That
have
person
better.
himself.
So I
Better
don't think
information.
Okay, based on what J-Mac said, I don't think Gil visited a werewolf, because if Gil visited a werewolf, the werewolf would have been like, Gil visited me and implied that so-and-so was guilty. Like, so I don't think Gil visited a werewolf, because if he did, J-Mac's right,
Well,
a
no,
werewolf would have
because-
quickly said, Gil visited me and here's what
But
he
that
did.
could that
Because
could
Gil would have
easily
seen the werewolves after he chose it, so he still would have known that that person was a werewolf.
that's a big
This round's
gamble.
not very good.
That's a big gamble for the werewolf to do that though, because
Yeah, it is.
because if he
Right.
did pick a villager, they could out a werewolf like that.
No,
It's
I'm
also
saying,
gonna- it's-
which is why I'm saying he
Oh,
picked a
man,
villager. If he picked a werewolf, the werewolf would have been like, yes, I talked to Gil last night and he was pointing at whatever.
Yeah, but
whatever
I'm saying that would be a risky
Gil would be like,
move.
no, I
Unless they were a
because-
wolf cub.
That
because
would be
then
a
you're
risky move for a werewolf.
Yeah, you're either outing another werewolf or you're immediately making it obvious that you're a werewolf because you're outing somebody who we hang and they end up being a villager. It becomes obvious you're a werewolf.
Yeah,
If they were the wolf cub,
which is why he couldn't have targeted a werewolf last turn. He must have picked a villager. It's the only thing that makes sense. Because a
Also, I
werewolf would have
think-
already said that they talked with him.
Well, no, because if
Also,
he
he-
picked
he-
a
he
werewolf, he
knew-
chose it before he knew they were a werewolf.
Exactly. And then the werewolf would have woken up and seen that it was Gil and said, oh, look, I'm a werewolf and here's Gil. And then I'm going to pretend that Gil gave me information to seem like I'm a good guy. That's what I'm trying to say. So therefore,
I don't think all werewolves would do that. I think some would.
But
Oh yeah,
Didn't
because
Gil
if he
also see the werewolf?
yeah,
But
because
that
if he
would-
visited a
I agree
villager,
with
the
Matthew.
villager would know right now that person that came out is a werewolf.
Exactly.
Matthew,
If they
Gil
understood
also-
his clues,
what I'm
of
saying is
course.
only if he actually looked at a werewolf would a werewolf have, if he actually talked with a werewolf, the werewolf would have
Oh, okay, I
talked
see
like
what
the
you're saying.
villager right now.
I
That's
see
what
what you did.
J-Mac was
Yeah.
saying. I was just reiterating it because
I
I
got you.
agree with J-Mac on this. I'm not saying that a werewolf just gonna go, I was looked at and then
It would be a pretty bad move.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that.
I also think it's going to take more than 1 or 2 nights for whoever's visited to decipher what they're getting communicated. It's not gonna be like-
It might have been a villager, but they might not have understood the clues.
Yeah, it could. I think it's
Right.
going to take a couple nights.
Hey, Raven,
Raven, go
it
ahead.
keeps looking like you want to say something, Raven.
Yeah. What if they had visited like the Tanner or one of the ones that switches alignments like Dreamwolf and
Well, Dreamwolf doesn't know they're Dreamwolf.
yeah, I know, but like with yeah.
Oh, yeah, they could.
I would Tanner and Sasquatch. Like, if you were Sasquatch, would you come out and say something? Because, or not? Because, like, would you could either.
Because you could switch teams. So
Yeah.
so like if you're a person who could possibly switch sides, like do you want to give the information out because you might get
more
swapped?
reason
Yeah,
to
they
potentially
might
not
give out
vote somebody
fake
out and let them
information.
turn into a werewolf now, so that Gil wouldn't have to worry about picking the Sasquatch.
All right, I'm for the nomination, folks.
Wait, or we could say Gil's just a bad drawer or whatever he did, and
let's
he
not say
nothing,
that.
we'll all blame him after change.
That was his one
Let's not say
condition
that,
about
'cause then
being
he'll
ghosted.
quit.
He does- He already asked if we don't do that.
He specifically said don't do that, but we could
Right.
say that.
don't
I'm sure Richie first night, that 15 seconds, that 15 seconds probably felt like that to him the first night.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How about a nomination?
I'll nominate Chris.
All right, Chris has been nominated. Is there a second for that?
I'll Guami it.
Give him as Kwame did? All right.
Who nominated Chris?
Chris, what's your defense?
I got a bad feeling that Gil actually might have talked to Jay, and Jay might not want to give that information. It's just a suspicion. I'm not saying Jay's bad. Jay's usually a pretty good guy, but
Which Jay?
Jay Barkus?
Full J. No Mac.
Yeah.
No Mac.
AYJ.
I have a feeling he talked to Jay, but I there's no evidence to that, and I think Jay is a werewolf. But that's just a hunch. I'm a villager. That's all I got.
All right, we're
That
voting
man's, like,
on.
really calling you out on that
We're
one.
voting on Chris.
Early bad route.
I know.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Harriman voted down. Oh, wait, keep your thumbs up. I'm sorry. Keep thumbs. Harriman voted down. Everyone else voted thumbs up, including Jay. Chris, you're safe.
Who nominated? Who seconded?
Jay.
I seconded.
No
I
problem.
nominated.
Sorry, what
Nathan,
again?
brother.
Jim nominated.
Nominated.
Do I have another nomination?
I seconded. Sorry.
Second. Okay.
It was Harriman and
Nominate Trey. Just to let him talk.
Who's saying this nomination? Oh, Matthew.
Just to give him a chance to talk. He hasn't talked. I think he's the only
I will
one.
second Trey.
All right. Trey has been nominated in second. Trey, what's your defense?
I'm just a vanilla villager. Just trying to figure out what's going on. The first time, this is like the biggest game I think I've actually played in so far. So just trying to take it all in.
All right.
That's kind of the way Trey plays too.
Thumbs for Trey. This is the second nomination of the night.
No, Trey, this is the way he plays because I don't know him at all.
Ready?
So.
Yeah, I played with him twice.
One.
Oh, this is Trey's first play?
No.
In a Tom game, yes.
Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I still
All
think
right.
you're lying.
Damien, Swami, and Ellen voted down. Everyone else voted
Yeah.
up. You're still alive, Trey.
Damien and Ellen have voted down the last two votes. So, Damien, why have you voted down the last two votes?
Because my very first game at the Dice Tower, I decided to vote up to everyone, so I knew a little more, then got nominated for the third one. So basically, if there's a chance of me coming up in the third, I'll vote down.
Ellen, why did you vote down on
But
both?
by
of
voting
those?
down, you're increasing
Um,
your likelihood of being voted up, right?
Well, let's
Nominated.
just I'll start with this. Do you guys know the meme of the lady and she has all the math problems floating around her head? She's got a confused look on her face. That's why, dude. That's why.
Ellen, you were supposed to blame Randy.
All right, Alan, that's the first time I've
Dude, I
been
forgot.
used as a defense. But all right.
Don't forget we need to discuss about what Jason was talking about with the
That's what
Sasquatch.
I was gonna bring up right now is, are we going to let the Sasquatch through or not? We need to decide that before we pick a third person.
And I'm going to need that third person in 30 seconds.
Okay, so we
So
need a
somebody-
reason why and why not.
Somebody raised that currently Gil doesn't know who the Sasquatch is, which means he could be feeding information to somebody that doesn't necessarily want to help town.
it's
I
better
think
not
that's
to kill.
more. I think that's a more of a reason not to kill.
I
Just get
agree with
Sasquatch out
Josh.
of the equation.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean,
I
yeah,
agree with
that
Josh.
makes
I think
sense.
that's
All right.
I'll most of us agree that this is a good move. I mean,
It gives the haunt more time to get more information. So us stalling is not really the bad thing here.
And more accurate information for the seer. I'm good with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You're
think
good
it's
with
the
this,
right move
Swami?
in this
Yeah.
in this context.
Nancy, what did you think?
Later, but
I think I'm good with
better
letting it
move.
happen. I'm good with the Sasquatch.
Fine,
shenanigans at this
do it.
point.
I'm so nervous about that.
I feel like I'm going to be
Right.
kicking myself if it ends up Jason as the Sasquatch.
It's Jason.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
man.
not saying Victor. I was thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Sasquatch is going to win it.
Oh,
at
I,
the end.
I
I'd
can
rather
tell
him
you
be-
I'm not the Sasquatch unless Tom didn't give a Sasquatch roll and then they just happen to get a werewolf thing later. I'm not a Sasquatch. I could tell you that.
All right, so no third nom. Is that what we're going with?
I think so.
Well,
So
but
now,
I'm
how
not
does everybody
voting
else?
for
How
that.
does everybody else feel though?
I don't like
would
the
be very
idea
down
of
for
having
it.
the Sasquatch turn,
Well,
But-
at this point, if
but I
you-
understand the reason why.
Probably at
You
this point,
see-
if you
see 'em?
feel that we should not have the Sasquatch turn, you should be nominating someone probably. Because it sounds like a good majority of us are going to let it go.
I need some sort of nomination, either a nomination for a person or a nomination for no kill.
I think we should nominate a third person and let that final vote decide. Because if that vote fails, then we don't kill anyone. Correct?
Oh, are you saying nominate and then we vote and then like we could just vote to keep the person?
Exactly.
Still here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unless we have like a major suspicion of them when they give their defense, I guess we
Right,
just all
right.
vote Inno.
Oh, I kind of like
Okay,
that.
if that's the case, I'm gonna nominate Harriman.
All right, Harriman's been nominated. Is there a second?
Poor Harriman. The heck did he do to you, man?
Hang on, is there a second? Jim seconds. Harriman, what's your defense?
My defense is that I was gonna try to play to be the ghost because I'm a simple villager and I really wanted to have a role. So if I die, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I still think we should not kill anyone tonight.
Okay,
The Sasquatch does turn.
I'm confused. You said you're going to play to be the ghost, but when
Last
me and
turn.
Gil both said we don't mind being ghost, you didn't chime in and say I'll be the ghost too. Kill me now.
Well, I did because I didn't want to be claimed to be the Tanner. I didn't want people to think I was the Tanner. So.
Okay.
All right, voting for Harriman. Ready? Thumbs. Ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, J-Mac, Sonia, Damien. Ellen, that
Which way is
doesn't
Ellen
make
voting?
sense. Simon, Jim, and Raven, and Chris all vote thumbs down. That's a lot, but not enough. So, Harriman is still alive. So, if you are the Sasquatch, and if you're still alive, then you are now a werewolf from now on. Alrighty, good night, everybody.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and also Lynn, welcome back to the village. I'm gonna wait to get started till Lynn comes back. You can just turn your screen back on and then just go to sleep. All right, we're gonna start here with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect tonight? Thank you. Now we'll jump to the werewolf or werewolves. Who would you like to take out? All right, thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. Old hag, who would you like to kick out? Thank you. Alrighty, we will now let the hunt begin. I hope I'm getting on Gil's nerves. And that is time's up. Good night. Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Well, it's mostly good morning. First of all, I talked about the Guami retreat, but now there's just a Guami get-together, which is basically just two people, but one of those two people is Guami. Guami, you've been called to that meeting. We'll see you tomorrow. Have fun with your werewolf date or whatever it is. Also, Simon, so sad, you are dead. But if it helps, it was a cool death. Death by werewolves is cool. All right, everybody. Who would have killed Simon?
Who voted down? Who voted down on that last one?
Me.
I did.
J-Mac, Damien, Simon, Jim,
I did.
Here, wait, I got the
Sonia.
list. J-Max, Sonia, Damien, Raven, Simon, Jim, and Chris voted down.
So here's a question. Could we assume that none of them would have been the Sasquatch? Would we assume that the Sasquatch would have wanted to turn into a werewolf?
It depends on
Not
their game.
necessarily.
Yeah, it depends on how
not
they want to play.
It depends on the game, because here's the thing. Like, I'm a villager, and I thought it was better that the Sasquatch turned because we didn't lose a villager. We lost Simon overnight, but we didn't lose a second villager if we would have been wrong and picked the wrong person. So
and now Gil has more clear information about who to contact, and whoever our seer is has more clear information because they don't have to worry about
Do
the
you think
false
Gil
negative.
contacted probably the same person again?
Possibly.
I'm not sure. I guess it depends on who we contacted night one because
I
he
would
wouldn't
think
have
that he
known.
would, just because they saw certain information. Now he's giving them more. He's almost building on it.
I guess it depends. Like
frustrating.
maybe he
How
wouldn't
much
want to
time
if
he
they
had in
were
mind.
like the seer because then
I
they
thought
don't have to
I-
worry about outing themselves.
I thought
or
I heard
drawing
someone.
attention.
I thought I heard someone last round say that he had to pick a different person. Am I right or wrong?
No, they
Like,
do
that's the
not.
rules?
The ghost can pick the
But-
same person every night.
Okay.
That being said,
According
he
to
had to.
Tom's, he could pick the same or different or whatever he wants. He just
The
picks
very
someone.
first night, he had to pick before he knew who the werewolves were, though.
Right.
So if he
Yeah.
picked someone and found out they're a werewolf, then the second night he might not have
Well,
picked the same person or something like that.
And, yeah, and Josh made a good point that he might not want to target the seer anymore if he had picked the seer the first time because you want someone that's safe to come out and it doesn't hurt the village as much if they die.
Honestly, this like makes vanilla villagers a lot more kind of valuable because they're a little more expendable.
I think that's why Tom put it in because Tom likes to
Expendable.
do things. Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Expendable.
I see where we sit with you, Josh.
Not
a good twist in the ghost.
Oh, I'm
for
vanilla.
Sure.
Trust me,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't-
expendable.
I don't think. I don't think those villagers. I think if that person were to come out, I wouldn't kill them if I was the werewolf because I know they're not that big of a role. Like I want to hunt down the seer, the Frankenstein. Like I don't think you're necessarily going to be killed that night if you come out and say, "Hey, I saw who the werewolf was."
Also,
I mean,
you the next night too, right? So
There's like levels to it because if
unless
Gil
he's
finds somebody he
communicating with
can
the seer,
communicate with
he might be
easily,
communicating
right?
with the seer and trying to
Exactly.
point
That
them
would
to
be the
someone.
best.
All right, Connor.
Who knew
We'll
it's Gil-
test your theory. I was the first person to be haunted, so not this past night, but the first night.
Did you just not glean
not
too
the
much
second
from him?
So first off, I wanted to get more information to see how everybody talked. But second, probably if I end up getting killed, I'm going to get on the Discord and yell at Gil for it because his drawing. He wasted so much time with the drawing, so I can only feel like I gleaned so much from it.
So are we going to pick on Gil because Gil specifically said don't pick on him for his
So
bad
you're saying you didn't get good information.
So his
Gil right now. Can we give him
his
some coaching?
drawing was like this, like kind of like not better than a stick figure, but it had like ears that probably say werewolf. But the thing that pointed out to me the most is I think he was trying to point out that there's mustache involved.
Oh no.
Which
well, that narrows it
I
down.
think, right, exactly.
Yeah,
so I've been
no.
looking at everybody on the screen, and I remember the mustache stuck out. Like it was like this, and I think there's a
double
beard.
in on what Victor said.
Yeah,
Because here's
that's
something I'm
great.
feeling. I want to double in on what Victor said.
Yeah, the ladies, the ladies are clear.
I'm gonna on Harriman, and here's why. Because last round on his defense, which he didn't even need to make a defense because we were going to vote for the Sasquatch thing anyway, his defense was that he argued to be the ghost, but he never argued to be the ghost, but he said he argued to be the ghost. And then he said,
didn't say
well,
that.
I didn't want to because of what did you say then?
He said he would have been the
I
ghost.
say
He
would
said he
have,
would
but we
like
nominated
to.
so
Yeah,
fast.
I don't think that's a
I was going to
trail
do it
even.
for that
I
third
think
vote,
it's
but there was a super quick nomination.
It's the only thing you have to go off of, and you do have a mustache.
Now,
I don't think
the other
there's
thing,
any-
I was trying
True.
to.
I
I'm trying
have
to rack
1,
my
2,
brain. I'm trying to rack my
3,
brain from the
4,
drawing. I don't.
5, 6,
I feel like I
7,
have not
8,
did not see glasses on the picture.
Okay, so mustache,
Gil right
no
now?
glasses. That's also Harriman. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
That's something that was confusing last round when we
Connor,
nominated.
you're also
Having
good
glasses
because
to
you
grab.
double don't
Now,
qualify.
now, Jay,
Okay, so-
maybe to help you, Jay, the mustache stood out more to me. So I feel like he really would have made a very prominent beard
Yeah.
if it was used. I don't know. I'm not clearing you per se, but
Victor, were you not visited night 2 then? You were
I was
only...
not.
Okay.
I was not. So I kept kind of looking over, and I only got the one message.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
so
I'm
let's
still on Harriman.
nominate Harriman. Right. I nominate Harriman for that.
All right.
Mommy's not here.
Harriman's
so
been
I'll do it.
nominated. Is there a second?
I have a question. Are we,
Yeah,
the ghost has been giving clues that have been drawn out? Yes?
At least, I mean, whoever
At least the
wants
first.
the
I'm
first.
gonna-
Right, or
Wasted
the motion.
So by Victor the Geek's description, you pretty much described Harriman and Jim Is that right? Is that what I'm gathering here?
Harriman,
And
Damien.
Okay, again, do I have a second for the nomination or not?
Yes,
I know. I'll
Jim.
Blommy.
Jim, I thought. Second.
Okay,
Jim
Harriman,
seconded.
what's your defense?
So my defense is I'm going to just take this time to coach Gil to do some pantomiming instead of drawing. If he wants to help the village team, beard, long hair, glasses, hats, like that.
All hats.
Say those things to me if I survive this, and I will be able to deduce. Like, if it's a guy with glasses, a hat, and headphones, that pretty much is down to Victor. But if it's headphones and glasses, it's going to be Eric. So. Or Larry, yeah. So there's some good indicators there for the ghost to give, which is kind of why I wanted to be the ghost. But I'm a villager, and you would talk to me.
So you keep saying you wanted to be the ghost, but you never said you wanted to be the ghost when we asked who wanted to be the ghost. That's
Because
why.
there was a super quick third nomination.
That's a
No,
rabbit
before
trail.
that, me and Gil were talking about it.
All right, ready?
It was
Hang
instantaneous.
on 1 second here.
No, I mean before the first vote, we talked about it for a while.
Got it.
You never. spoke.
1, 2, 3. All right, so J-Mac, Connor, Sonia, Trey, Eric, Jim, Jason, Raven, and Lynn voted down, but that is not enough. You're still alive, Harriman. Do I have another nomination?
Okay,
So-
I've seen. Looks like this is like the first time I've really been trying to take notes in a game. That was Jim seconded, and then the day before, Jim seconded 2 of them.
Yeah, he's been
And he's
seconding
been
a
voting
lot.
down.
Yes.
He's been
Jim,
voting a
Jim,
lot.
Mustache.
What are
Jim's
you
also a
doing?
mustache.
I've got 5 downvotes for Jim. So
I've been watching.
I usually vote up, but today I'm voting down. So,
And you're quick nominate. You're quick seconding.
It's been one of them days, huh, Jim?
it's one of those days.
God, it's Friday. It's Friday. Time to kill.
Play a little different.
4 downvotes,
Kill
not
day.
5. But still, that's
I'll nominate
All
Jim.
right, Jim has been nominated by Connor.
Jim.
Victor seconds.
Seconding.
Jim, what's your defense?
It's not a really good idea for the village to kill me. I'll leave it at that.
Could be a Tanner with all the downvotes too.
That was my
That's
thought,
true.
yeah.
You might be quick firing on that.
All right, voting for Jim.
I don't like that.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so Damien, Victor, Ellen, Jason, and Raven voted down. That's not enough. Jim is still alive. Do I have a third nomination?
I think you nailed that. I do think he's
Got away
the
this
winner
time,
now.
Jim.
Why is that?
I think his vote too. It was a little washy, like he was almost going to go down for himself.
I always forget which way it is. And here we play
Such a
thumbs down
habit,
and
he's
keep
in
them
that
alive.
It's
killing
such a
mood.
simple thing.
That's
Kid, how thumbs work?
At home, we play thumbs up to
what
keep the killer.
they do is vote down a lot.
Victor, since
Second,
you're
they
the-
want.
Victor, since
Control.
you're the mustache
Thumbs up
guy,
to kill.
you get to
I gotta
determine
play.
is it Jim or Harriman. You're the one who gets to determine it because you're the one who said the mustache clue.
I mean, I was already kind of leaning towards Jim just because of the way his quick noms were. That's what I'm going off of. But I can easily see that he's
the
I'm
Tanner.
vibing you, Victor.
Yeah.
I'm vibing that.
I can.
Yeah.
When I don't know, I think Steve said something about it could be a Tanner. Yeah,
That's it. With all the downvote, yeah.
Yeah. He's been very like blatantly suspicious. I was kind of thinking Tanner too, but if he is an important role and we kill him now, that could be really bad. So I don't really know.
Yeah, but why would you be an
Right,
important
but why would you
villager
stick yourself out by
and draw that much suspicion?
Right.
Exactly.
He didn't say like you'll need me.
on
Like,
the
he
edge.
said,
Yeah,
like, it
that's
won't
true.
help you. Meaning
This is the way I always play.
Because the last time I heard,
All right, I
someone
need a
say,
nomination.
I'm an important village role. They were
Let's
a
let
werewolf.
Victor do it because he's the mustache guy. Victor, you got the pick. You're the one who gave the clue.
I'm already suspicious of him, so I'm going to nominate Jim again.
Jim has been
Well, I mean,
nominated.
I second him last.
Yeah, you did.
One,
So
so
that's fine.
Yeah.
Jim's been nominated. Is there a second?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Ellen seconds that. Jim, what's your defense?
Let's kill him, y'all.
Ellen is
Ellen's bloodthirsty.
For
I'm like,
voted
you
to
know
kill
what?
almost
This is
everyone.
Jim.
good.
So,
We already
Hang on. We need to let Jim. We need to let Jim give his defense.
Yeah.
Do what you got. Do what you guys want to do. Do what feels good in your heart.
Feels good, bro.
Now, man, you got me all.
We already let the
doesn't help.
Sasquatch turn, so we don't have to kill him.
All right.
He's trying to play us.
Ready.
He's trying to play
Thumbs
us.
for
He's a
Tim.
werewolf.
This is
Yeah.
the third
Werewolf.
nomination of the
He's
day.
trying to play off the Tanner.
Ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have J Mac, Steve, Damien, Tarang, Victor, Harriman, Ellen, Larry, Matthew, Jason, Josh, Chris, Raven, and Lynn. And that's it. You are dead, Jim. And Jim was indeed the Tanner. I randomly,
You heard it here
Victor,
first.
why did you make me do that?
I randomly am killing a villager at this point in time, and unfortunately, Raven, you are dead. Raven was also a villager.
When that
We
happens.
need to, Tom. We need to stay awake, right, for the haunter to. Or are they sending us that message in the middle of all of us talking?
I have sent out the haunted message, so look at your screen. Also, welcome back, Gwami, and good night, everybody. Okay, well, that was an exciting day. Lots of deaths, and one of the person was laughing hysterically as they died, laughing into their mustache. Alrighty, let's start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to defend tonight? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Thank you. Old hag. Who would you like to kick out? And now, for a few seconds, the haunt will begin. Time's up. All right, good morning, everybody. So, first of all, you check the mailbox, and no one got nothing to go nowhere. Never. That's a quadruple negative. Also, no one never not got killed last night. So there you go.
I wrote down this a little while ago. I think Raven was the old hag. I think he sent himself out the first night, and that's why I think nobody got sent out tonight. We'll know sooner if nobody gets out.
Would Frankenstein take over the old hag though?
Frankenstein would take over for the old hag, so
yeah,
they would have known.
Someone sent out, unless our Frankenstein died too.
That
Old hag is also always able to say no one is sent out.
Right.
That's true too.
All right, so
but it's usually not this early in the game.
Most of the time when we played with an old hag, they've sent themselves out the first night.
What's the possible breakdown for no one getting killed tonight? Obviously, Bodyguard protected someone.
or
Bodyguard protected or friendly.
Is there another choice?
That's it.
I think that's
Is
it.
that it?
That
Because
means
Sasquatch is already turned.
and Tanner's
Would-
already taken care of.
Tanner's dead.
Which means
Yeah.
Bodyguard
Would the were-
did
would-
well tonight.
100%.
Bodyguard or
Quick
friendly
question.
did their job.
All right.
Would the question: werewolves know that the dream wolf couldn't be killed by them?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess.
no.
Dreamwolf can be killed by them.
Yeah, they
but I
could
don't think
kill the
they're gonna
Dream Wolf.
elect not to
And that's
kill
it.
just because of that.
Like that. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Jay. I thought you were maybe the beard drawing wasn't good, but this time when he haunted me, he was very, very adamant about the beard.
Oh,
Freaking
Oh.
I mean, I'm like the length of the beard, man. There's no hands down.
Kill
Absolutely.
him.
I'm
Jay.
ready.
Glad I
I'm
did.
ready. I'm ready with my defense.
Now,
Okay, so now it's a
well, but hold up.
Here.
I'm
Now
ready.
he gave me a flip side drawing, and I don't know how to take this one because there's like a lot of little symbols around the drawing too, but it was like a side shot of someone, and they were like,
Hey,
like
before we go any
yelling.
farther, Victor, you can't talk about that picture.
Oh.
Ooh,
That picture was
I
not.
would like for him to talk about that picture.
No, that picture was
Yeah,
not
hold on.
drawn. That picture was not drawn that night.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay,
I
he drew
see.
it.
Oh.
Okay.
That's okay
Alright.
because I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Worked
Good you
out.
stopped me, Tom, because I was going to keep rattling on about that with another thought. So I'll keep that thought to myself.
Well,
I'm
my-
probably going
Well,
to die
I mean,
now.
The cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm going to die now.
My interest in that picture will come out in my defense. I'll save it for them.
There's hands down. We can talk as much as we want, but there's absolute. At some point,
But
Jay's
does
getting nominated.
anybody want to claim that they were visited in the nights between Victor got visited?
Yeah, we're missing a day 2 visit or night 2.
And he would have known he was
I feel a little
communicating with
bad
a
for you,
villager,
Jay.
right? He would have known he was communicating with a villager.
Jay.
Gil's gonna feel bad. Gil's gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
It could be that it was Simon or Raven who are now dead.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't know who the Tanner is, so he could have visited Jim as well.
Yeah.
But he decides after the vote or before the vote who he's going to visit.
He decides during the day. So right now he could
During the day,
send,
so before
send a
the
message.
vote.
He could say like, "Hey, I want to visit Steve." But if Steve dies today, then he doesn't get to visit anyone. I guess.
Yeah,
right?
so it's probably best for him to wait until.
Guys, I'm still pretty
third
hung
one.
up on the beard thing. Like, if someone's gonna, there's quite a few beards here, and if
Oh, no,
someone's
no.
gonna go,
But
no,
a
no, no,
big
if
beard?
It
somebody's
was like
gonna
a
go out
long
of their,
beard.
if someone's
Yeah.
gonna go out of their way to draw a beard, they're gonna be dramatic about it and specific. If you got these things going, it's gonna be like a part of it.
But that's what Victor
Beard.
said.
Jay.
And it's very
The
dramatic.
one game that Scotty's not in here with me.
You could have changed.
Happened.
It's the first thing
Hey, cool.
That doesn't sound like a defense to
And
me.
look how Jay
Listen,
is like chomping at the
I would
bit to
love for
defend
Scotty
himself.
to be in here right now.
Defend yourself, Jay.
Hey,
But I
save me
thought
for
Gil
the
was
third
on
if you
Team
want.
Jay.
I'm
I thought-
preparing my defense now. It'll be good.
He's
And
got his
you-
he's got his
I
lawyer on the
thought-
phone.
You can nominate me first or wait to do third to get your information, whatever. I'm ready.
Don't wait. Don't wait.
So
to
maybe
do
he's the
third.
hunter wolf and he's going to kill somebody else
I
when he
wouldn't.
dies.
I wouldn't wait to do third because Jay will nominate and somebody will second it, and then we.
I
Have
won't
to,
nominate a single person.
All right. Here's a
Promise.
question. If Jay is the werewolf cub, he wakes up with the werewolves, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Jay is the werewolf
Okay.
cup. The werewolf's gonna get 2 kills tomorrow night.
Right. So I'm hoping Gil wouldn't
I'm
tell
not
us.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah,
He
he
wouldn't
doesn't
know
know.
that. He just
Oh,
knows
right.
who the werewolves are.
Victor,
Right,
quick question.
right,
Did
right.
he
Tom-
do
in
Did he do
Tom's
any
rules-
pantomiming whatsoever, or is it just the drawing still?
Pure drawing.
In Tom's rules,
Come on, Gil.
the werewolves don't know who.
I've been so
The werewolves
frustrated.
don't know
Yeah.
who's the hunter werewolf and who's the cub werewolf and any of that. They're not allowed to say.
Right.
That's
Correct.
Tom's rules.
Yeah. But we can't just not kill. If we
When
think
do you
that
guys,
Jay is a
We
werewolf,
still got to
we can't
kill
just not
werewolves one
kill
way or
him.
the other if we're going to
Yeah.
win.
Yep.
We have,
We've
guys,
got
have
the
one
cub
more
and that.
opportunity. No other choice except killing Jay this turn. The question is, do we want to nominate anyone else first to discuss or not?
Well, Damon, you were just trying to talk, and I feel like I heard from you a lot. What do you have to say?
That's true. I haven't got to say a lot this game because, yeah, Jason, I've generally been agreeing with Jason most things. I do think, from what you're saying, Jay's potential. I think maybe wait till the second one, maybe nominate someone else just to see what they say first. Then that way you avoid the risk of Jay sneaking in a third sort of nomination.
I think you should nominate me all 3 times. Because I have a lot to say.
Say something.
We keep you alive just so you can talk more. Right?
He's a preacher. We're going to hear from him. He's a preacher.
If Jay tries to sneak in a third, no one's going to second it anyway. You don't have to
So
worry
I have a
about
lot
Jay
to say.
sneaking in a third because no one's going to second it.
Jason,
I
a
wanna see what he
werewolf would
says.
second it.
And then a
At what
werewolf gives
point-
themselves away. No one would
That's
second
true.
it.
That's
Why
At
true.
what
would
point
anyone
does the
second
seer,
if Jay's going
like,
to do it?
reveal
Jay's the one we're going
themselves?
to kill. It's obvious.
At what point does a seer say?
Glad it's obvious.
When they have
That
at least
person-
one werewolf, if at all, in like 5 rounds or
it's too
6
early.
rounds.
It's too early unless
Yeah,
they have
'cause-
like 2 werewolves or something.
One thing I will say about that is, if you are something and you don't hint at coming out, just come out and say it. I've seen so many games where somebody's like hints and be like, "I have a role, I can help the village," and then they get
You're
killed at
gonna die.
night. Like just
And then they're a
especially 'cause-
werewolf.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
if you're gonna
I'm
come
gonna say
out,
you have a
just
good role. You might as well
say
give the
like, "This is
information.
don't like half it, don't quarter it, just go 100%."
That's what a werewolf would say.
I'm not saying to come out. I'm saying when you do come out,
Well, as
come
soon
out.
as you insinuate you have
Don't
an
dip your
important
toe in.
role, you're
I'm
already
nominating
putting a
Lynn.
target on
Alright,
yourself.
guys.
Honor nominate Lynn. Is there a second for that?
Right. What?
I am the seer. I'm just doing. I'm doing what
Okay.
Matthew
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Wow.
said. I'm just gonna do it. I'm feeling bold. I'm feeling alive
Ugh.
now.
So tell us
So
what
I
you
have some
know.
information.
What do you know?
So I know that. Can I just actually say, like, if a person's the werewolf, like, actually?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yes. By all means,
Scared
please
of
do
doing
that.
something wrong.
Do it.
Okay,
For the love of
Jay,
God, do it.
you and that beard, bruh. You are the werewolf.
Yes.
Jay is.
No.
Okay.
I've
Anything
got
else?
something. Now that you said that,
Wow.
I have another
us-
I
note to
feel
my defense.
bad.
I have
Ellen,
another
Is there-
note.
Which
Hi,
night did
Jay.
you check him?
Ellen, you
Can
have
we
to.
just save him?
Ellen,
though?
you
I
have
still
to
feel
tell
bad.
us which. Do you know which
Bad.
nights you?
Who
Bad
else did you
seer.
check?
Ellen,
What?
do you know who the? Did you have any other werewolves?
Who you check?
No.
And you got to
I
tell
know
us who the villagers are and what
Who are
nights you
safe,
saw
yeah.
All
them.
I know is that who's not for sure who's not the werewolf.
So
at
who's
this
not?
point.
At this
Yeah,
point,
just
you
say
need to
say
Yeah.
all 3 things
Tell
you
us
know.
everything you know.
Tell
Because you
us-
might
okay,
die
okay,
tonight.
Okay. Should I
Yeah,
get
I
my
know.
affairs in order?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Someone who is not the werewolf is Victor the Geek.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Which night did you check him? Do you have that?
Yeah, you need to tell us. This is super important because if it was like the
Jason,
first
don't!
night,
You're making me flustered. I think it was like the first person that I asked about.
Okay. So like night like 0.
Yes.
And who else?
And then the second one I asked about was Connor. Sorry,
And-
dude, you just look suspicious sitting over there all quiet and whatnot.
It's not a werewolf?
Nope. He's a good one.
I had my suspicions on Connor too.
Okay, and
I
then
was
Harriman.
I actually had Connor as a trust.
Harriman, you're good. You're solid.
You.
All right.
And that was the third one I asked about.
So just to point out, Ellen,
Yes.
that your only information then
Okay.
was against Jay, and I've already
Yep.
called him out. Probably not a good time to come out as a seer.
You know what, Victor the Geek, back off.
All right.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Just to clarify,
That's part of my defense.
You better
From
watch
my
out.
end.
I'm the werewolf.
I would like to clarify
Protector.
that
defense.
there was no
Nominating-
second
There've
on
been
Lynn.
Nominating Jay.
Wait, so before,
There've been no
wait,
nominations.
wait.
Wait, there've been no
Bodyguard-
nominations.
Jay's been nominated and
Second.
seconded. Jay, what's your
I want to hear
defense?
this.
Second. Okay. All right. How much time do I have, Tom?
who was the second?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna end it.
Who was the
Okay.
second? Not like
Is
it
he gonna
matters.
filibuster?
Hey, it's my defense time, Jason.
I want to know who
All right.
the second was first.
Jason,
Moderator,
Bye, Jay.
step in here.
Jason,
Oh,
let him make his
sorry.
defense, please. Go, Jay.
Okay. I don't know where to begin. All right. This is a side note. It's not a defense for myself, but I'm super excited to get into to die and get into Discord so that I can talk with Gil and make him feel like garbage. I can't vouch for Gil as an artist, but he got it wrong. There is still a Lycan out there. I don't know that I'm the Lycan. If she's Seer and she sees me, then that for sure I'm the Lycan. And then I'll just say that I'll keep it brief. It's going to be really bad for the village if you kill me.
All right.
Yeah,
Thumbs for Jay.
He's
He's the cub.
He's the cub.
Really bad.
Thumbs for Jay. Ready.
I know how to, I know what's coming.
One,
so
two,
shoot yourself.
3. All right. Sonia and Jay
Oh, he could be the hunter, I guess.
voted up.
Sonia
That's
voted
not. That's
up.
all. Jay, you're dead. And Jay
Yep.
was indeed a werewolf. Alrighty. Hang on 1 second. Yep. Good night, everybody. We're going to start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to defend? Thank you. All right, werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Thank you. Old hag. Who would you like to send out? Thank you. All right, this is going to be quick. Let the haunting begin. Ooh. 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 Good night. Haunting's over. All right. I really need the ghost to go away. All righty. Good morning, everybody. There was a lot of growling and a lot of fuss last night, but there was not a lot of death, but there was death. Connor, you have been killed. Now, no one say anything. Connor is the hunter, and who would you like to take out?
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
You don't got time. You can't pause. You got to pick someone now. 5, 4, 3.
Sonia.
All right. Sonia is also out.
Villager.
Sorry.
Sonia's a villager. Connor's out. That's 2 gone. Alrighty,
I feel like the hunter always kills either Sonya or Jojo.
I just want to point something out.
True.
So we killed a werewolf. That means the dream wolf is now a werewolf.
That means all the people that were checking.
that is correct. I'll send you a
Includes
message
me.
if you are one.
I'm gonna point that
Except
out.
for Connor. We know Connor was at least.
So it's essentially me and Victor that were
So
checked.
anyone who was safe
could
on
become.
Ellen's list, anyone who's safe on Ellen's list could now be a werewolf because
Or
because
Victor,
of that. So
which were the only two safe.
Ellen, who did you look at last time?
Yep.
Can I can tell you that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes,
Please.
By
I
all
looked
means,
at-
please.
I looked at Trey. Finds that
And
he is not anything of significance in the werewolf realm. So
So just to confirm, that
Sorry,
means he's
Trey.
not a werewolf, right?
correct. Correct.
Not a werewolf. That's all we
Just to
know.
make sure.
Sometimes I overcomplicate.
So if he let's say that Trey was the Dream Wolf, he would have shown up as villager last night still, correct?
No, because he would have been immediately made the werewolf.
Turned immediately.
Oh, even if he wasn't aware of it, because
100% guaranteed it's
I'd like to ask. I'd like a confirmation from.
I would
Tom
like to
on that,
confirm that I just told the Dream Wolf now, so
Right.
So
They-
no one is 100% confirmed at this point.
Right.
pretty much, yeah.
No.
Hey, Victor, were you visited again?
I was, and I'm taking a screenshot and eliminating people here. Okay, not you,
That work?
not you. Okay, so if you are wearing glasses, you are
suspicious.
You're not suspicious.
This is like Guess Who.
People who are not wearing it is like I feel like I'm doing Guess Who with my screen.
Does he have orange hair?
Okay, so his clue was they are not. The suspicious person is not wearing a hat and no glasses. And then he was like they're like talking, but then he turned and he was like,
Literally
still
described
has games on his shelf, and he was like pointing to a game. So I don't know if he's trying to say that the person has games behind him, but this is really pointed to Harriman.
The designer of the game.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's either me or Jason. And I've been suspicious of Jason.
Now, so
that's fine.
I was thinking Jason because Jason likes to talk,
Yeah,
but
he does.
Gil was very adamant about turning behind him and pointing at a game behind him, and Jason doesn't have anything behind him.
Harriman was
he does have
cleared
the
by
shells on
Ellen
the
though.
side.
But he was cleared.
Yeah, I
could have
got.
turned. He could be the Dream Wolf.
Oh, true.
But he just found out he was a Dream Wolf.
He would have been the Dream Wolf, but I
have
wouldn't
So
have known.
Gil
I
wouldn't
have
know.
woken up.
That's true.
Yeah, he
And,
wouldn't have woken
and
up.
Harriman was post Sasquatch too.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Jason Levine, the gaming machine. So
Hold on. Let's backtrack for a second.
Harriman is not cleared if he was night 2 because day 2 is when the Sasquatch turns. So night 2 Sasquatch would have woken up.
Correct.
Guys.
I'm not cleared by any means. But
Just
are you
like
sure
the
he was
beard
pointing at
thing?
a game
He could
behind
be
you?
Sasquatch.
What is this? This is
Like
Jason.
he meant like he was
Oh,
like
that's
he
a
likes
lot.
to talk. Like
Yeah,
he was
this is
making like
Jason.
That's
I
that's
think it's Jason.
Jason.
so that's
This is Jay. This is Jason.
right. But like I said, he's pointing.
Jason.
Hey Matt,
Gil
you
was
better be
pointing
good. We need
behind
one of
him.
you.
Look at his contemplative
Maybe-
face, like he has no idea what we're
It
talking
could
about.
also be Larry because he also has some games behind.
But he has glasses.
Glasses.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right, guys, listen.
Calling you out.
Hang on a
Right.
second.
I know, right? Came at me.
Oh, hang on.
All right.
Werewolves have
I'm going to
very-
mute you all so that you will listen to me. I'm going to make a new rule here because it's going to break the game if we don't. As villagers, you cannot, and as werewolves, mixture, you cannot work out signals with the ghost ahead of time during the day. You can't spend time giving him information and say, if it's so-and-so, make this signal. That's too easy then, and that will break the game, so don't do it, please. All right, thanks. You can come back on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry, guys.
Still probably Jason.
So let me say why I think it's Jason. Jason, when he's a villager, I've watched every single one of these. Jason, when he's a villager,
He's
is
got a point.
adamant. He's very vocal. He's always looking for theories and reasons and whys and who's
Yelling
and
at
hows.
us.
And when he's
Which I've
when
done in this game too.
Right.
but you haven't.
but
You've
more-
only been
Trying.
accusatory.
That's true.
He's trying.
So
Yeah.
so when he's a werewolf, he's only accusatory, which is what he's been.
Only to you. You're the only person I'm accusatory to, and that's because Victor said mustache. So you're just pointing back at me, which is fine.
I'd
But you're
also,
the only one pointing
I
back.
was just pointing
at me
it out there.
because
I'd
Victor
also
went
say
after
that Nom
mustache.
died the first night, and that's something I could see Jason doing.
Yeah, I was thinking since Nom died the first
Nom's a
night,
very
it
good
would be
player.
people
Nom's a
who
very good
didn't
player.
want to
Yeah,
have a
Nom.
really sharp, perceptive person, and they knew that Nom is very
I mean,
sharp.
it's not just you, Jason. There's a bunch of people who might think that way, but
Right. I mean, I feel like Jason is overcompensating a little bit. Like when we're throwing possible suspicion at him, he's really defending himself. So I don't know.
Being
And he
called out
definitely
so
is the most
awkward.
talkative person
Victor,
usually.
can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Was he definitely pointing at the game, or was it the
He
fact
was-
that there's a background?
He had like Gil had like he has a couple games behind him that were vertical, and he was
Yeah.
pointing at one of the games.
What do you know? What game it was?
I can't.
So if
say.
it was like Azul, then I'm gonna think of Larry. Like, hey, by all means, Larry's Azul right there. If it was Evertail, by all means, here we go. It's me.
Is that Isle of Cats behind you too?
It is Isle of Cats up here.
I'm half and half between it's Harriman or Jason.
Jason.
I'm leaning toward Jason.
The reason I lean towards Jason is because he was so adamant about like the person is like loud talking kind of a lot. But the reason I lean towards Harriman is simply because of like the pointing at the game thing. But like I said, Jason is the gaming machine.
Do you think that he was trying to give you 2 clues separately, or was it one person with 2 clues?
I think this one just last night, it's one. I think he was just trying to get across one person.
Does it matter that Harriman was not seen as a werewolf, or could he have changed?
So he could have changed. He could have been a Sasquatch.
I could be the Sasquatch, or I could have been the Dream Wolf. So,
here's
no defense for me.
But hold on, you found out if you were the Dream Wolf, you found out literally like when we were waking up this morning, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way Gil would be hinting about you if that was the case.
Right,
It would be
exactly.
more likely that you were Sasquatch.
And Jason was very adamant about getting the Sasquatch to turn.
Yeah.
The
That
plot
is a good point.
thickens.
I mean, I'll nominate Jason. Let's just.
Yeah.
Why are we talking
All right,
about
is there a
it?
second?
Kill more people.
Ellen,
right here.
Ellen seconded.
All right, Jason, next time.
Okay, so going through it, I'm fine if you kill me. I mean, I don't think it's going to help us because I'm a villager, but I think if we're looking at the whole story, Harriman was first mustache. I know you looked at him early, so we don't know, but he was first mustache, which is what I brought up a long time ago, and then we picked between him and Jim. He also has no glasses, no hat, and he has games behind him. So if we're
These
gonna
are all true facts. Yeah.
if we're gonna be choose between the two of us, should we do Harriman first? Ellen, you can even look at me the next night. That way you can see the truth, and then you can look at me, and you'll know that I'm safe, and then you can protect me from there going forward.
Unless
Oh,
Ellen
gosh.
gets killed.
Right,
I trust
You better
Kwame
protect me,
to give an
guys.
head shake.
You may not be able to be protected.
Yeah, they probably tried to protect you last night.
Bring it
Yeah.
on.
I don't think there's any chance
All right.
of Harriman being the
Time
werewolf.
to vote for Jason. Thumbs. This is
Oh,
the
wait,
first vote of the night.
okay.
This the first vote?
That's correct. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, so J-Mac, Tarang, Victor, Trey, Eric, Harriman, Ellen, Larry, Matthew, Chris, and Lynn and Kwame all voted down. That's enough. Jason is dead, and Jason was indeed a werewolf. Good night, everybody. Alrighty, we're going to start with the Bodyguard. All right, Mr. Bodyguard or Mrs. Bodyguard, who would you like to defend? Thank you. All right, werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. Old Hag, who would you like to send out of the village? Thank you. Alrighty, we have 10 seconds. Let the haunt begin. Alrighty, time's up. All right, good morning, everybody. Well, it's been a fun time, Victor, but you are now dead. Victor was indeed a villager. Nobody is being sent out of the village today, so there's that, and we're back.
Poor Victor. Such a short life.
So Ellen, who did you?
Ellen,
did a good
Ellen,
job.
you're still alive. What do you got?
I am. Hi guys.
Yeah.
I made it through the night. Okay, so I have information. Do I just say it? Like I feel like
Yes, because you're going to
Well,
die
say it
tonight.
Let me-
You're guaranteed to die tonight.
somebody better protect the ever living heck out of me, all right? Gosh.
They did it
First,
last
I want to start with saying Larry. You look exactly
They
like
they,
my
they
brother.
did last night, most likely. Maybe not.
I sensed protection, so thank you. Larry, you look exactly like my brother, and also you're a friggin' werewolf.
Oh.
Nice job, Ellen.
Werewolf.
Wow.
You got that one wrong.
Unless I totally screwed up, but I think you are.
He could
I think you
be
screwed
Lycan.
up on this one.
Possibility.
He could be the Lycan. Like, he
Okay,
could be
do
the
we-
Lycan too, Kyle.
Oh, true.
You could be like,
No.
but do we think the ghost talked to Victor again?
Probably.
Probably.
Unless there's somebody
Does
who
somebody
will tell
else
us
wanna-
that Victor talked to, that Gil talked to him. Anybody else?
Not me.
I'm gonna have to pick somebody else. He did a good job with Victor.
So scared, I'm gonna die.
So
Yeah,
there's
you've done good,
there's
Alan. You've done
there's
very
at least 3 wolves left, right? Because probably there's the
still a
cub
werewolf
wolf,
sub-left.
the cub wolf, the hunter wolf, and likely the dream wolf. So it's either 2 or 3 at minimum.
Yeah. Forgot about the wolf cub. Unless the wolf cub protected last night. So like if the wolf cub killed 2 last night, maybe they protected Ellen and then Victor was the second.
That makes sense. That's a
Oh, that's
possibility.
true.
I think we.
Would you tell us
we
the
know?
wolf cub killed 2?
If the wolf cub was killed at any point or is killed at any point, then the werewolves get to kill 2 the following night. That may or may not happen depending on circumstances.
Wouldn't tell us.
I won't tell you if the wolf cub is killed. No.
So could it?
But the village has to kill the wolf cub to win the game.
Yes, they're a werewolf.
Right.
Yeah. They just have the special ability as a werewolf can kill 2
There's no
people
way
the
getting
following
around that
day.
fact.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're gonna get
There
right.
is, if they're
Kill
killed
them
last.
last. Yeah, that's what happened last game. One of the games I played, we killed them last. It was great.
But how would we know that?
We don't.
Well, because they
No,
said at the end
it's
of the
sheer
game.
luck. It's sheer luck.
Sheer luck.
I think.
Yep.
Right. So if we know somebody's a werewolf, we need to kill them because
Yeah.
there's just no other way to do it.
Poor Larry, look at him down there.
He looks so
He looks sad.
God, this went wrong. I'm not
Your
sad.
shoulders are all down.
Or a little
So
fat.
Larry's
Bad
claiming.
posture. You're right about that.
So
So Larry thinks he's the Lycan.
Larry claim, yeah,
If,
Lycan? Is that
if
what
she
you're
read
thinking?
werewolf, I'm like it.
I mean,
So are you saying you're a vanilla villager? You're not a role of any kind?
Nope. So you're
I don't-
there's not much risk in killing me because I'm just a villager. Besides the fact your numbers are getting a little bit low.
sassy sauce.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Brother, this sassy.
I know, right?
14. We're 14. We're so good.
I think.
I think.
I think
So
we
she-
have to just because it'll help clear up. That way, we'll have more like good information, right? Because if somehow
You're
Ellen
the Lycan or you're a werewolf. Either way, we
checks is verified. So like
Yeah.
worst case scenario,
Yeah.
worst case scenario, Larry is the Lycan and we kill a villager, but then we know that the Lycan is out of the equation.
But just for
I-
fun,
like-
I'm going to nominate Chris.
Chris has been nominated. Is there a
Well, who
second?
does that?
Who
Wait,
nominated
where's
that?
Chris? Oh, there's
Out of
Chris.
nowhere. Left
Chris is
field.
the person who hasn't spoken the entire game. So
Yeah, what's
Whoa,
going on,
easy.
Chris?
I'll
All
second
right,
it.
Kwame seconded it. Chris,
Of course you will, Larry.
would second it, Larry.
Chris, what's your
Trying to
defense?
save your butt.
Who
Larry's
started
trying to
this,
save
by the
himself.
way?
Yeah, Josh did.
Chris, it's time for your
Josh
defense.
started this?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
interesting.
Harriman.
Wait,
I
what?
thought wasn't
Who
it?
nominated
Okay, we're getting
Oh,
way
no,
off
no,
track
no.
here. It's Chris's
Okay.
time for
Sorry.
defense.
Oh,
I have
Chris.
very little defense other than I'm a villager. If I was
Okay.
to lay any suspicion on people, I would say Damien. Damien, I'm questioning you today. And possibly Lynn. And obviously Larry. But that's about all I got. is suspicion on those three, and I'm a villager. Please don't kill me.
All right, thumbs for Chris.
I kind of believe him. Wait, who nominated him, by the way?
I did.
Ready?
I did because I hadn't heard him speak.
1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Harriman, and then second was
Bonnie.
Well, Larry tried to get his second in too.
Oh, Josh.
Some of you have
I don't know yet.
some of you have some really bad lag, but that was a unanimous
Yeah.
vote to keep Chris alive.
Who lagged?
believe you, Chris.
Josh, you
I
lagged.
think
Oh, I
Thanks,
did.
Larry.
Yeah.
Still gonna have to kill you.
I didn't hear the.
Is Lynn frozen or is she?
It's
No,
unanimous.
Oh, I
sorry,
am
I'm
lagging.
down.
Guys, after telling you that Larry's the werewolf, why is he not being killed currently?
I don't know
Yeah,
why,
we'll
Harriman.
Yeah.
Because we have time to figure
Because
out more
we can
things.
get some more
Okay.
information.
Exactly.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
We can hear more defenses.
Yeah,
Okay.
To kill everybody.
I just want blood.
Because even if
Hey.
he's
Oh,
the
go ahead.
Lycan, yeah, even if he's the Lycan, we still want to get more information before he dies.
Do I have a nomination, please?
What's going on with Miss Pretty Little old Lynn over there, sitting all quiet like?
I'm quiet in every game, honey. Quiet in every game.
I'll second it.
Well, he's,
Wait,
wait, she wasn't nominated. She just said what's going on.
What's going on, Swami?
Why are you?
I thought Ellen nominated.
Itchy
Well, I'm
trigger.
just putting a permanent second out there.
Right? I'm
I mean, how about you first something?
But I do need a nomination.
I'll nominate Larry.
All right, Larry's been nominated. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Yeah, Max, second. Larry, what's your defense?
I'm a villager, so we've already been through this. If she read werewolf, I'm a Lycan, but it clears up information if you get rid of me. So let's have at it.
Aw,
All right.
that's so sacrificey.
Thumbs for Larry.
Honorable death.
For the good of the village.
It almost sounds convincing.
Right?
Ready?
Almost.
1,
Dead
2,
man.
3.
Larry.
Well, except for Larry and Josh, that's unanimous. And Larry, you are dead, and Larry is indeed a werewolf.
All right.
Good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to defend tonight? Thank you. Werewolves. Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. All right, 10 seconds. Let the haunting begin. The haunting can start now. And time is up. Good morning, everybody. Well, you heard some yelling, lots of yelling last night, and in the morning you found that Ellen has been killed.
I love you all.
Ellen was a villager. All right. What happens next? Oh, also, once again, nobody was sent out of the village. Ellen, you need to turn off your camera so we can remember you in silence.
Randy.
All right.
So I was
Alt V. Alt V.
I was haunted last night, and
Ellen
the only
hit
hint
Alt
that
V.
Gil.
Oh, we got Josh talking.
Yeah, I was visited last night by Gil, and the only hint that he gave me was that they're wearing a hat, which would only leave J-Mac. So J-Mac is a werewolf.
Done. Well done, Gil.
Very nice.
I had
Good job,
J-Mac as
Gil.
my trust list. J-Mac.
Why does he have J-Mac on trust list?
J-Mac early game did some was very positive towards getting information out. So
He could have turned.
But he had a lot of
He
had a lot of
That's true.
votes in seconds, though.
Yeah, he has the
could've
second most negative votes other than
Compared
Damien.
to yeah, who Damien I'm a little suspicious of.
I've been tracking votes, so
I'm glad I'm being suspicious of for negative votes because when I voted to save Jason, I wasn't convinced.
I voted him up
I'm the most
too.
negative.
I voted him up
Okay.
too. I wasn't sure. I figured we could go to vote 3, but I'm
Yeah.
glad we got him.
Yeah, we
But yeah,
got
I
him,
think
that-
I
and
think
he
we just
was.
get it out of the way. We can maybe poke around for more info, but we need to vote up J-Mac today and hang.
So we definitely haven't seen the hunter werewolf. We might have seen the cub werewolf.
maybe.
Yeah, we might have.
We
There's
haven't
so many
seen-
werewolves.
We haven't seen our hunter yet. Oh no, we have. Sorry.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Connor was our hunter.
It seems suspicious. Like I feel like the old hag's probably dead.
I think Old Hag is dead, and I think Frankenstein is dead.
I hope Frankenstein's dead.
Unless they're like playing it like real low profile.
Well, the Frankenstein wouldn't
Well,
have
they
any
just
info
would have
yet.
gotten Seer right now. They would
No,
have
they
gotten
wouldn't
Seer.
have info,
but they
but
would've
they
been
would
the old
have
hag.
the Old Hag, exactly. They would
Right.
have
Yeah,
the
but they
Old Hag
wouldn't
this
want to
whole
give it
time.
away.
You would think somebody would have gone out with how many people were still left.
Maybe they don't want.
Yeah.
Maybe they
But
just.
there's little to no benefit to the old hag, honestly.
They
Well,
could like,
I would-
and maybe they're playing it low profile, like they inherit. I think Raven was Old Hag, so if the Frankenstein
I think
inherited
you're
it
right.
early,
Probably
they could just be pretending they're dead already.
Yeah,
But
that's a
also,
good point.
if the Frankenstein died after Connor, they would have gotten.
Yeah, they would be
They
hunters.
would have to
but-
have died.
become a hunt. Yeah.
They'd have to have died before Connor if they died.
yeah.
And I just want to say, I've seen games where the old hag stays alive but doesn't use their power because if Frankenstein's still alive, they'll know the old hag is still alive because they would have the power, so they can use that to communicate.
I usually see it where they don't send the person out once there's few numbers, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because if you send out
Yeah.
a werewolf,
Gertrude almost
or,
sent it out to cost the game. One of the games.
Yeah, yep,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, if you turn the ratio, yeah.
Hi,
Anyway,
Gertrude.
so
Trey's the
So-
only one we can really trust, though.
Trey.
Yeah, 'cause
yes,
he was
I
checked
think.
after.
Trey's
And
like
we-
after everything. So Trey is like 100%. Good.
Yes, because he's after.
Oh yeah. He was the
Dreamwolf,
last
right?
one.
Is he
I just
after?
want to reiterate Trey
he's
is
not after. He's not after Dreamwolf.
No, he was the
before
same.
Dreamwolf.
He was the same night that before Dreamwolf would have found
Oh,
out.
he was
'cause-
before. It was
Oh,
before.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Before.
nobody is clean so far.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not safe. I don't have him.
Trey is not safe either.
No,
No,
he was
because-
before Dreamwolf turned.
Yeah,
Correct.
just Tom
Really?
confirmed the Dreamwolf in the day.
But yeah, I don't know. Unless somebody has suspicions or someone they want to hear from, we gotta kill J-Mac.
Yeah, or at least got to
I mean-
hear from him and see what he says.
Well, I mean, unless I don't know why Gil would tell me otherwise, because he specifically took off his cap, turned it around to show
Right.
that it was just around his head, and pointed at it like
That's
that was the only
vicious.
hint he gave me.
Good job, Gil. Thank you for pantomiming instead
Oh.
of drawing things.
Alrighty, I'm gonna
Mac,
do
how would
nomination.
you have
Kills
done it,
stick with
J-Mac?
drawing.
I'll nominate J-Mac.
All right, J-Mac's been nominated. There's a second for that. J-Mac, what's your defense?
I don't have one because I'm the only one wearing a hat. Anyways, yeah, I don't have one. And so I'm not going to throw any suspicion to anybody. So that's my defense.
All right, thumbs
Noble werewolf death.
ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, everyone except J-Mac voted down. J-Mac was indeed a werewolf. Good night, everybody. All right. We'll start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Okay. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Old hag. Who would you like to kick out? Thank you. All right, it's time for the haunt. All right, time's up. Good morning, everybody. Well, I got good news and better news. The good news is still no mail. The better news is nobody died.
Nice.
So the bodyguard or the
The
Franken
bodyguard
bodyguard still
protected
alive.
someone.
Bodyguard might still be alive, yeah.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
Josh, were you
They have to
the
be.
person again?
No, I wasn't visited. I didn't get a message from Tom or anything. So somebody else must have been visited. Hopefully they can shed some more light.
We also
That
know
was-
that who just died? J-Mac was not the wolf cub because somebody would have died even if the bodyguard was still alive. 'Cause he
Good
would've
point.
died.
It wasn't the wolf hunter.
Or the hunter.
Or
yep.
the hunter.
So there's there's definitely one because there's a hunter killed yet.
Yeah.
And then there's potentially the
There's
I
at least
think-
a
cub.
werewolf.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
It's
so
not
I
nobody.
think they protected Josh.
So did Gil visit someone last night?
It wasn't me.
He
Not
must have,
me.
right?
Not me.
Maybe the ghost was exorcised.
Exercise.
The werewolf priest.
Did he visit a werewolf? and just tell him
Nobody?
Give two middle
Hey,
fingers and call it a
so
day?
for some clarification, like Tom, you would message somebody each day they were going to be haunted, right? In case you wouldn't just because I got a first message, I never got a second.
I'll message someone if the ghost tells me who they want to do it. It's possible I get nothing from the ghost, just like every other role. It's possible for something to not happen. It's also possible for someone not to look at their screen and not see it. There's a lot of things that could go wrong, but it could also have completely happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. But at this point, I feel like unless you're like a really important town role, you should just come out with info as long as it's helpful info. There can't be that many werewolves left, so we got to be close. And I don't know.
I guess maybe if the guard was worried about, like, they wouldn't come out if they got visited.
Or the Frankenstein movie.
And
if the bodyguard protected themselves, they wouldn't. Yeah. Because then they put a target on their back for that night.
That's a good point.
Well,
Maybe Gil just scribbled a lot and we couldn't figure out what he
I-
did on the
I think we just need to move on.
He
We
might
just
have
need to-
scribbled, but we would have known who he had communicated with.
That's true.
Maybe we just
Yeah.
move on. If either the person
Yeah,
doesn't want to
let's
come
move
out,
on.
or it didn't work because Gil screwed up or something.
Yep.
Lynn, you've still been very quiet. I'd like to nominate Lynn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna second that.
All right, Lynn, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I don't care if you think I'm a werewolf, you can kill me. I think we've killed too many villagers too far, but if you think I am, go for it. I really don't care.
All right, well, that was short and to the point. Voting for Lynn. This is the first vote of the night. Let me do a quick
That's a Tanner.
count here.
Tanner.
It sounded like a Tanner defense.
They have this stuff.
One Tanner, though, right?
Ready?
You've only
One,
we've lost the talent.
2, 3. All right, so that's Damien, Trey, Eric, Harriman, and Chris. And hang on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not enough. Lynn is still alive.
It wasn't a good defense, but my logic there with voting up was just to get more information. I don't know, maybe that's incorrect. We have 2 more votes. I mean, yeah, like I said, not a very
Yeah,
good
we didn't
defense.
have a lot of suspicion.
The defense to like screw you all is not exactly
I'd like to hear from Terang and Damien. I'm suspicious of those two. Not for anything particular, just just like winnowing down who I do and don't trust.
Do you want to go first, Terang, or shall I?
Yeah, I mean, I voted to kill most of the werewolves. I'm just a villager. I don't have any information. I've never been visited. I am suspicious of Damien and Steve, both of them.
Why Steve?
Just because of their votes, but otherwise, Steve also because I think in the he voted to. I think in some of them he voted to stay up for the werewolves, so that's why.
No.
All right. Are you finished so I don't talk over you?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, because one thing I wanted to is people are saying they're suspicious of me because of how I voted. What's my pattern? Can anyone actually tell me that? Because as a general rule, I will vote to save in the first vote and vote to kill in the second if I'm generally to avoid the third, unless I have good information that someone is a werewolf on first vote.
I have you voted down 2 on 2 first votes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't 3 first vote downs.
Yeah, who were they?
One was me. One was Lynn. You just voted down for Lynn on the first vote.
Yeah.
And you also voted down for Jim
You
on the
voted
first
down
vote.
for J-Mac on day 1 as well for the second vote.
Oh, there's J-Mac.
Who was a werewolf, but we don't know when.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if he was Sasquatch and Dreamwolf.
On the second day when we were all kind of roughly in consensus to have a no kill to turn the Sasquatch, he voted down for Harriman on the third vote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the third vote, we had a Sasquatch turn, so we needed to try and kill.
No, that was the day we were
agree.
trying to get a Sasquatch kill, so it's kind of
No,
suspicious
that was
you would
the-
vote
that was the
down
second
anyway.
day.
All right, so I have a second nomination.
Anyways.
I'll nominate Damien.
All right, Damien's been nominated. Is there a second for that?
No. Oh. Just speak for everybody.
All right, no second. Do I have another nomination?
Well, in that case, since it's still the second, I nominate Harriman.
All right, Harriman's been nominated. Is there a second for that?
Just means I can't lead for the third one.
Sure, I'll nominate. I'll second.
All right, Harriman, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
My defense is that Damien's been very suspicious this whole time, and the only person to come out to defend him is now Chris, and he seconded the nomination on me. I'm pretty much confirmed village. Copious notes, and Damien's my lead suspicion. And sorry, Terang, you're my second, but you're not that suspicious. And now Chris is moving up rapidly.
All right.
So, I mean, I'm a villager, but here we go.
Thumbs for Harriman. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Everyone voted up. Do I have a third
All right.
nomination?
I nominate Lynn.
Kwame nominates Lynn. Is there a second for that?
Have to kill. Not Guam. Do you have a reason?
Yeah, I've played games with her before, and this kind of her tactic to
Kwame, I think you're metaing this a little too much, buddy. But that's okay.
I'll second.
All right, Josh is seconded. Lynn, what's your defense?
Either Chris nor Damien
same as
seconded, by the way.
before. Like I don't know. My voting pattern isn't even suspicious, so I don't know where you're getting all this crap from. But whatever. It's all
This is
good.
the third vote?
Just want to clear.
This
Just
is
want
the
to point
third
something out.
note.
This is
So
third.
if she dies and she's a werewolf, neither Chris nor Damien seconded the vote.
Okay.
Point that out.
Ready. Thumbs for Lynn. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Everyone voted down except for Lynn. Lynn was indeed a werewolf. Good night, everybody.
Nice.
All right, let's start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to defend tonight? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Old hag. Thank you. All right, let's let the haunt begin. All right, thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another day in a very haunted camp. Harriman, you're dead. I didn't want to drag it out, just be dead. So, the Harriman was indeed a villager, and now we are down to 10, which means we no longer need seconds for nominations.
Kwame,
9.
Who seconded,
Nine.
who
We're down to
seconded
9.
your nomination?
I did not catch that. Who did second?
Josh?
Me.
Okay.
Oh, Josh. Josh. Oh, yes.
That doesn't help me. I already trusted Josh.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah.
So it was Damien and Chris that Harriman called out there at the end of the day, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this just gets into
suspicious.
whether it's a mind game or.
So did anyone talk to Gil last night?
Me.
Nope.
Josh, you didn't hear from him again?
I'm
No, I
guessing
didn't hear
our
from him again.
ghost had to go get pizza.
Are we pretty sure by
yeah.
now that we don't have a seer?
No, we could have a Frankenseer.
We could have a Frankenseer, yeah.
I know that it's possible, but
possible.
the likely would have had maybe 3 nights by now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
I'm
thinking
gonna say
too.
if it's someone that the village doesn't
Yeah, they would
generally
have
trust,
3.
like if it's someone who's under suspicion right now and you're the hunter, I think it's not a bad idea to come out.
If you're the hunter?
Yes.
Hunter is dead.
Oh fucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, unless Frankenstein is still alive, in which case they are the
Ignore
hunter.
me. Ignore me.
No, well, yeah, I guess that.
Yeah, I guess we.
I have another suspicion I want to try.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Okay,
Kwame.
I nominate Steve.
All right, Kwame is nominating Steve. Is there a second for that?
Oh, I thought we didn't need seconds.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We don't need seconds. My apologies.
Force I'm a plain villager. I don't have any powers, so if you need to get rid of a villager, that would be fine, but I don't think we need to, so please vote up for me.
All right. Thumbs for Steve. Ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have 2 thumbs down from Trey and Tarang. Everyone else voted thumbs up. Steve, you're still alive.
Yeah, sorry, Steve. You're just so hard to read. I just need it.
Yeah.
I'm taking that as a compliment, so thank you. But I'm a villager anyhow.
All right.
Brian, why did you vote down there?
Who was that to?
Tarang.
Like I told you, I had my suspicions earlier on for him before, and I just from I think like 1 or 2 of the werewolf votes, I think he had voted up. and just by his like body language and everything, I have my suspicions on Damien, Steve, and Chris. So
Eric,
what about you, Trey? Was there anything that?
Why do I trust you? I have no reason. I have no idea why I trust Eric, but I do. Does anyone have any? Does anyone have any bad vibes about Eric? I feel like I have good vibes, but I don't have any reasons for it.
I haven't noticed
nothing.
too much.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like I feel like I have good vibes toward Eric. Like there's been no suspicions thrown towards Eric, but
that's true. It seems.
But I have no
Eric's
reason.
in
Like
the
I have
clear.
no reason to throw suspicions because I feel like I trust him, but I don't know why I trust him.
Do I have any nominations?
I'm gonna nominate Damien.
All right, Damien's been nominated. This is the second nomination of the night. Go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of suspicion cast his way, and I'm kind of leaning that way also. So that's why I'm just getting it going.
All right, Damien, what's your defense?
I like the way Eric's getting ready to vote before you even said anything. Thanks, Eric. I know which way I'm going here. No, I get the feeling that Harriman got killed there because he was suspicious of me. Don't forget, I nominated him, but then voted to save him because I was thinking I want to see who wants to try and kill him, and everyone I think voted to save him. So I'm a regular villager. You're not going to lose anything if you kill me, other than it's going to get slightly closer. But I don't know what sort of numbers we're dealing with.
All right, second vote of the night. Thumbs for Damien. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have Steve, Tehran, Trey, and Eric. That's only 4. That's not enough. Damien's still alive.
Well, thank you all for a bit of trust. I know it's probably just no one's not sure to trust at this stage.
Would have changed.
Was that Eric's first nomination?
I think I may have nominated. I think I nominated someone really early, and everyone yelled at Gil. I nominated Gil, and everyone yelled at me because I was really fast.
It's always the way in this game. You nominate too fast or too slow. No one ever does it at the right time. The last person checked was Trey, and that was before the Dream Wolf was confirmed, wasn't it? Or
I think that's
correct.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, we have like because of all the
Very
roles
little.
that can swap, we don't really have any confirmed safe people at this point.
I don't know. My most suspicious now is Chris, and then second would be Matthew, but
Oh.
because Matthew's also kind of hard to pinpoint.
I feel like I've been trying to be helpful, but
True, and which you've also done as werewolf, so it's hard to say.
this seemed an easy village to be a playing villager in because everyone in it, as far as I know, is good at this.
All right, I need a third
Anybody?
nomination.
I'm a little suspicious of Eric's nomination of Damien. It seemed like it might have been, oh crap, they're looking at me. Let's get Damien out of here because everyone suspects Damien.
I was kind of leaning that way too. He nominated right after there was kind of some suspicions cast his way, and he nominated somebody who was already kind of being cast in that light.
I don't know.
All right, I'll nominate Eric.
Okay.
All right, Guami nominate Eric. Eric, what's
Good
your
for you.
defense?
I am a villager. I feel like Chris and Damien were called out multiple times, and so I just figured let's get one of them nominated. But yeah, I'm a villager, so that's all I can say.
All righty, third vote of the night.
Don't do it, boys.
This is
It's all
thumbs
boys
for
left.
Eric.
I say boys and girls, but don't do it, boys.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have Steve, Damien, Trey, Josh, and Guami. That's 5 votes. That's enough. Eric is dead. Eric was indeed a villager.
Body might be.
Alrighty. Good night, everybody. All right, we're going to start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take in? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Old hag. Thank you. All right, we got 10 seconds. Let the haunt begin. All right, time's up. Good morning, everybody. I got the same news I always got. Nobody's sent out of the village, and nobody's dead.
Whoa.
Bodyguard's still alive then,
Yeah.
protecting people.
That's pretty
Must be.
Wow. Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
That's interesting.
So
Here's
who's
where
the
I'm at.
bodyguard?
Bodyguard's doing a great job.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job.
If the bodyguard comes out and they protected somebody else, that clears 2 people. But
yeah,
they might be people
It's
we
too
already trust,
early,
so
I
it might
think.
not be worth it.
Well, this is who I trust. I trust Damien, Josh, and Guami. I don't know how much that's worth because I have nothing, but we're gonna go with that. And I'm gonna say I don't trust
Gil,
Terang.
I trust Chris.
I'm kind of leaning towards. All right, so Gil visited me last night.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's back.
He took off his hat and earphones, and he kind of indicated that it was somebody in a t-shirt. So I kind of think it's Terang because he has no earbuds in, he has no hat, and he's in a t-shirt.
Well, I have suspicion of him. I'd go with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Are you frozen, Josh?
Let's
He looks frozen. Yeah.
It was a little less certain of.
Oh, there he goes.
Did I break up there?
Yeah, I kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I'm having, I don't know why, I'm having a little bit of internet trouble tonight. So he indicated it was somebody who was in a t-shirt.
Right.
He took off his headphones and he took off his hat. That leads me to believe it's Terang, but it's a little less certain than the last hint that he gave me. But that's kind of who I'm leaning towards now, just with my suspicions in general.
Go with it. I'll nominate Terang.
All right, Chris nominates Terang. Terang, what's your defense?
If he said that to you, I kind of guess that singles me out. But I didn't have headphones. That's one thing. But I guess, I mean, you guys can kill me. I'm just a villager.
All right, thumbs for Terang. Ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that is 5 votes down. Damien, Terang, and 6 votes down. Damien and Terang were the only people to vote up. Terang is dead, and he was indeed a villager. Check your messages real quick, and then go to sleep. Alrighty, and now we're down to 7. We'll start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Old hag. Thank you. All right, let the hunt begin. Time's up. All right. Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning for most people. No one, please unmute yourself yet. Gwami has been killed, but Gwami is a hunter. Gwami, who would you like to take out with you? One person, please.
I will choose Trey.
All right. Trey is unfortunately a villager, so Trey and Gwami are both gone. And now we're down to 5. All right.
We just lost a Frankenstein.
Yeah, you can give us some info.
Josh, did you hear from Gil last night?
I did.
Okay. Anything?
But I don't know if it was his internet or mine, but it was mainly freeze frame, so I didn't get a ton.
Yeah.
Based on what he's giving me, the only other thing that I'm leaning towards is I think it's Steve.
Well, I'm just a villager. It would have been nice if Gil would be maybe giving information to several different villagers so that they could come out and we could have know who more villagers are.
Yeah. There was several nights where he didn't visit me. I'm thinking he tried to, but I think that he was chatting with someone else, or somebody else was receiving the messages from Tom, but maybe not noticing them. Either that, or they weren't gleaning anything from his messages.
Yeah.
Or they died. Like it could have been Harriman the night he died. You know, like it could be he targeted somebody. They died that night, right?
And it's pretty clear that we don't have a seer left.
Well, I think that was.
It would have been Gwami. Gwami was Frankenstein.
So I think Gwami might have been picking those people off that he saw, because Gwami was kind of like, I think Gwami might have saw, like, who did he go after? He went after Lynn, right? He nominated Lynn.
Yep.
So
He went after Lynn. He nominated Steve. He nominated Steve as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a plain villager, so how many of us? How many are left?
There's 5 people.
We have 5, and how many werewolves do we have? If we if we kill
only one, I think there's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, worst case scenario, we nominate somebody today, hang them, they're a villager. Werewolves kill somebody tonight, they're a villager. It goes down to 2 villagers, 1 wolf. So they still have village still has a chance, but
rough.
My suspicion's leaning towards Steve.
Well, I don't, other than that I'm a villager and I don't have any special power. I haven't been visited by Gil. And I have no real, information. My suspicions are no more better or worse than anybody else's.
I feel like I'm 50-50 between Chris and Steve. I don't know why I'm trusting Damien now, but
well, Chris says he is the werewolf, so I would be.
What?
That's true. The werewolf.
And I'm telling you, I'm a villager.
Off, doesn't it? Dang it.
He's telling you he's a werewolf, and I'm telling you I'm a villager. So
he's werewolf, killer.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's not showing. Joke every time.
It's not coming through. It only says werewolf.
I prefer my meat cooked, so I mean that takes away the werewolf.
Is there a chef werewolf?
Who should we go after here? I don't know.
I'm gonna nominate Steve.
All right, Steve's been nominated. Steve, what's your defense?
Defense says I'm a villager. At this point, it doesn't seem like it would lose the game, but be nice to go after a werewolf.
All right, thumbs for Steve. Ready? It's the first vote of the night. 1, 2, 3. 1 vote down from Matthew. Everyone else voted up.
We can always go back to it. I'm having a
That's my logic. Because yeah, Josh was suspicious but voted the same. Was there anything that changed your mind, or was it just
trying to get info? Is he frozen again?
Just more information. Just more information.
You know, Matt voted down. I mean,
yeah.
That's something to go off of. I mean, if he's the last werewolf, he wants to kill everybody else off.
It's true.
I don't know.
Well, on that, Matthew, do you have any reason why you voted down in particular, or just?
I feel like it's a 50-50 shot, and I want to kill. I think Steve's the best bet, and we can sit here and go back and forth, but the only person who has information right now is the werewolf. The rest of us just have hunches.
Yeah, Josh has something if he was talked to.
Yeah, and that's what I'm off of what Josh wanted.
What did he tell you, Josh?
Like I said last night, it was I don't know if it was his or my internet, but it was kind of freeze frame, so I really didn't have much from Gil last night, unfortunately.
So it'd be nice.
It might have been yours.
Hopefully, we can narrow it
You're
down.
a little shoddy right now.
Yeah. So it'd be
nice.
nice.
I don't know why mine's acting up today.
So it'd be nice that if yours is acting up and Gil can protect another villager, if he would maybe see a villager tonight, see another villager.
All right.
Help clear somebody.
I need another nomination. Or we can go sleep with no nomination.
We should pick.
I'll nominate Matt.
Didn't you make the first nomination?
Yeah.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
I'll nominate Matt with hesitance, but I will do it.
Sorry, Chris. I'm in the same boat now.
All right, Matt, you've been nominated. What's your defense?
I'm a villager. I feel like I've been helpful. Don't kill me. I can maybe help figure things out tomorrow.
All righty.
I'm alive.
Thumbs for
Please
Matt.
keep me alive.
Ready. 1, 2, 3. 1 thumb down from Josh. All the rest of thumbs up. I need a third nomination, please.
I'm just thinking outside the box. If Gil started out as a villager, what if he was the dream wolf? Would that have changed? Would he have known that, like, after the werewolf died, or does it not matter if he was a
If the
ghost?
dream wolf dies before they become a wolf, they'll never have known that they were the dream wolf. They're a villager
And they win
for the rest of the game, and they win
He's
and
helping
lose
the villagers.
Just you're wondering maybe if Josh.
The only thing is that he's got to visit somebody else tonight.
Here's a guarantee. Gil was a villager. That's a guaranteed thing. You don't know if he was a role or anything, but he was definitely a villager.
Do we want to just not kill anyone tonight? Today?
If he keeps visiting Josh, we think Josh is good. It would be nice if he visited somebody else tonight. And
All right, Steve, you can't keep giving instructions to Gil.
Oh, I'm not giving him instructions.
No,
I'm
you are
talking to
definitely doing that in a roundabout way.
Do you want to just not kill somebody today?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we
we
gain
could,
another, I guess, day where we have equilibrium between
Tomorrow
us.
we'll have 4. You know what? It doesn't actually matter because tomorrow we'll have 4, and if we kill tomorrow, so like we do need to kill today actually by 9.
Yeah, I don't think it gets us anywhere.
And go down to 3.
All right. Somebody's going to have to nominate somebody. I can't do it. And I don't know who to do it.
I mean, I feel like if I nominate anyone, people won't trust me, so I don't know. I don't feel
Well,
like
then we're going to go to sleep with no nomination.
Yeah.
I need a nomination in 5 seconds.
I'll nominate Chris.
All right,
Oh,
Josh.
that's a horrible
nominates Chris.
idea.
Chris, what's your defense?
That's just a horrible idea. I'm a villager. I don't have much else to say. I've always been an innocent villager. I mean, I work for this town, and let's keep it going. That's all I can say.
Alrighty, so if Chris is found innocent here, then there will be no death tonight. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. 2 thumbs down, Josh and Matthew, but 3 thumbs up. No death. Chris is still alive. Good night, everybody. Alrighty, Bodyguard, who would you like to defend tonight? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. Old Hag? Thank you. All right, we have 10 seconds. Let the haunt begin. Time's up. All right, good morning, everybody. Josh, you had a valiant life and now a valiant death. Josh is gone, and he was indeed a villager. And now there is 4.
Hey guys, I was haunted last night, and I was really glad Josh died because Gil had he changed t-shirts to like a black t-shirt. He was pointing at a black microphone. It's got to be Damien. He was pointing at his black shirt. It's got to be Damien, guys.
A black microphone? When
He had a black t-shirt and he had he was pointing at like 2 black things. He was like black, and then he had a black and white shirt and he was pointing at the black and white shirt.
I nominate Matt.
It's
Matt.
Dude, it's Damien.
Matt has been nominated. Matt, what's your defense?
I was haunted last night and he pointed at the black shirt. Do not lose this game for us. Please do not lose this game for us. Gil's done such a good job. If you lose the game, Gil will hate you forever. Please don't do this.
All right.
So hold on a minute before
hold on.
if Josh was haunted again last night, right? Then and he was killed, then really we don't know what if Matthew is and he might assume or know that, then that would make him very suspicious, because somebody else who was haunted, if we get this one wrong, right? This is the game.
It's over. It's over.
This is the game.
Yeah, we use.
So,
this is the game.
Okay.
And if it's a 1 in 3. Like, if I just came out as haunted and I was the bad guy, he could have easily haunted Steve, who was asking to be haunted, basically.
I wasn't asking to be.
But you were hinting towards. You were hinting towards it. That's why Tom.
Well,
was
somebody. I'm kind of glad anybody.
So like if I was the bad guy, and I came out of being I'm the haunted, that's really risky because it's very likely Gil was going to pick somebody else last night, which he did. He picked me.
All right, well, this is thumbs for Matthew. Here we go.
Hold on, then. Okay.
Ready.
Well, let's think.
1, 2, 3. 1 down. 3 up.
I nominate Damien.
I just want to think about it.
Matthew nominated Damien. Damien, what's your defense?
Well, if we're going on black microphones, there are 2 people who are using black microphones at the moment, Matthew. And if you were the werewolf, and knowing there's no bodyguard or Frankenstein left, you could have killed Josh and claimed to have a haunting. I'm a regular villager. I have been since the start of the game. So when you nominate me, I had to go for you.
Alrighty, thumbs for Damien. This is the second vote of the
What do
night.
you think? This is the game.
I know it's tough.
Come on, Gil was so adamant. He was like,
Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's a tie, 2-2. Nothing happens. I need a third nomination.
Let's not think
Yeah, I'm
about
not
this
gonna
for a
nominate-
minute,
Yeah.
because let's not go crazy. We did 2 really fast ones there, and I started that, so that's my
Chris, how
fault.
can we convince you? Because otherwise we're losing this game here.
What do you think, Steve? Let's hear what you got to say.
I think it's either Damien or Matthew, and I'm just not.
The odds of me coming out, like if I was the bad guy, there's no way I can come out as haunted.
only
It's
if
so risky.
only if
That's
Gil
so
went back to
risky.
only if Gil went back to Josh. You're such a
He
good
wouldn't have-
player. You're such a good player.
I
know
know.
that.
But it's
you
so
know.
risky to come out. No one was suspecting me. I could have just sat there and been quiet, and we could have been like, Chris or Damien. I could.
You wouldn't know if he had given his signal to somebody else.
No, but that's why I wouldn't have said anything. If I was the bad
Possibly.
guy, I wouldn't
If
have
he
said
had given it
anything
to
about
somebody
the
else, then
yeah, exactly. So if I was the bad guy, there's no way I come out as haunted.
that's
There's no way. It's too risky. It's much easier for me just to sit back, be quiet, and then just hope that you guys figure something else out. We have to go with Damien. Neil has done so well. We need to finish this off. Come on, guys.
Go for it, Steve.
It's Matthew. He killed Josh.
I nominate Damien.
Steve nominates Damien. Damien, what's your defense? Remember, this has to be a 3-1 vote. Otherwise, we go to sleep with no one getting killed.
Same as I said, Matthew must be the werewolf, must have killed Josh. I've been a villager. I had a dodgy vote record at the start. I've been trying to keep people alive to get information so far. But there's a black microphone, which puts two of you. Yeah, but you said black microphone.
I said both.
So I'm going, and if you're saying black microphone, you're shading two other people.
Right, but if we don't kill anybody, right, there's another chance.
Yeah,
we wouldn't lose. The village wouldn't lose, right?
He's gonna kill you, or he's gonna kill Steve or Chris.
Right. Yep.
And then it's gonna be one of you deciding, and it's gonna be the same thing. But I think we just need to do this now because we're not gonna get any information next time.
All right, let's vote. Here we go. Ready?
Boy, I wish I had more confidence.
I know. My gut still says Matt a little bit, but I don't know.
Come on, Chris.
3.
This is so bad. I don't like going with Matt right now.
That's 3 votes down. Damien, you are indeed dead. No one's saying anything. Damien, you are a werewolf, but Damien does get a chance to kill someone in retaliation because he's also the werewolf hunter. It doesn't matter for game purposes, but it will make you feel good.
I'll go in the air. Congratulations, village.
Alrighty, congratulations to the village.
Bravo.
All
right, let me jump in. Hang on. Okay. Is everyone in, including, where's our ghost? You definitely want you in. There you are. All right.
You should be.
All right. Let me go over some things before we go to our conversation here at the end. First of all, Jay was the werewolf cub. The night he was killed, the werewolves got 2 kills, but the bodyguard blocked one of them. In fact, the bodyguards did a pretty good job overall this game. Connor was the village hunter. Damien was, J-Mac was the Sasquatch who turned into a werewolf. Damien was the werewolf hunter, as we found out. Raven was the old hag. And once Gwami, the Frankenstein, turned to old hag, Gwami decided to never send someone out of the village again. Eric was the bodyguard, did a pretty good job. Ellen was the seer, the most obvious seer ever. Gwami was Frankenstein. Nam was picked as the Lycan, and then they decided to kill him so that they could all say they were the Lycan without anyone arguing against that, which doesn't make a ton of sense. Larry was a werewolf. Jim was the tanner. Lynn was a dream wolf for most of the game, for a good chunk of the game, and became a werewolf at the end. And Jason started off as a werewolf. Now, before we go any farther, Ghost, obviously I need to do some work on this. We're going to work on what communication the Ghost can do. There was a couple times...
Yeah, sorry about that.
You don't need to come and say sorry yet. There was a couple times where the Ghost told me who it was too late. I'm going to work on the communication there for that, and also what communication the Ghost can give and when they can pick somebody, because I think the Ghost was a little too powerful in this game, and I'll fix that. Also, the Ghost should never, ever, ever go to Discord, or in fact do anything other than just sit and watch the game like normal. Not that I'm saying that Gil did that, but also we're going to stop the villagers from feeding the signals to the thing or any other information to the Ghost. So I'll have some ways to figure that out, hopefully in the future. But it almost came down to the werewolves anyway, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out at the end. What do you all think?
It's just I missed some information. I reuse my goal was to pick the same person twice, and then I didn't realize I couldn't reuse the same drawing from before. And the other thing, time. I have no notion. 15 seconds is so fast that I never realized was gone already.
Oh, and speaking of that, on that subject, and this has nothing to do with you, but as for time, if you're a role, it would do me and everyone else a lot of favor if you would think about who you're going to protect / look at night before your time came up. I love the people who, when they're Seer, they just have their name ready to go.
That was not me.
I know it
Thanks,
wasn't. I
Tom.
wasn't calling out particularly, but I'm just saying that would make things slightly faster. Also, I would like to reiterate once again, if you play this in the future, bring a black marker and write in huge letters. And for the love of God, stop loving these backgrounds. They ruin everything in this game.
This is awesome, this game, though.
Even though there's only one person doing it right now. But
Kwame pull a blanket up.
Because Kwame got underneath the tarp, and then he got it back out, back in. I'm like, come on.
So you did a really good game.
Best part. So Jason
He hid out as the Frankenstein by not doing any old hags, and then he pinpointed Lynn and put suspicion on her without giving away that he was everything. Kwame did a great job. You can't.
He was killing it.
Right, and I
say Eric was amazing as a bodyguard.
The information that you told Gil, you better pick someone else, which changed the whole game because he probably would have picked Josh again.
No,
Jason, he already told me he was picking somebody else, so it didn't change the game.
Yeah, I picked Josh again because he was throwing confusion. Like, I wasn't very clear, so I want to make sure they had a second chance to understand that he was accusing the wrong person. He was going after the wrong person because I think he missed when I took my glasses off that the person wasn't wearing glasses.
And the second
I
time
was
that you
visited the night I died. So
Yeah, the second time that you visited, it was completely freeze frame for me. I didn't get any information, unfortunately.
Josh, he was trying to tell you that Damien has long sleeves on.
And the skulls, I think he was pointing
There
at
you
the
go.
skulls.
When you're out of the game, it's a little more easy to
Obviously,
recognize.
right.
Yeah, right. It's like
No, Gil, you did a good job. I'm so disappointed.
By
I
the
was
way,
aware
thanks,
of
Ellen, for killing me.
Ghost.
So Gil, did you actually change shirts there? Did you change shirts?
No, I was wearing black, but I want to use two black things so you knew I was not just pointing.
Yeah,
out
I was
somebody
confused, but
wearing
I didn't think he had changed shirts.
And for some reason, I just didn't remember. But I was like, that would be so amazing if he changed shirts.
No, because I was wearing black.
Yeah.
But I need to give props to Eric. He was an amazing bodyguard.
Yeah,
he was the best.
He didn't
bodyguard.
save the obvious person. He would save somebody else, and nobody he really milked out that bodyguard role of
How many saves
Smile.
How many saves did Eric get?
I think he asked.
Thanks to him, Alan lived so long because he didn't.
I would like to say, like, as a bodyguard, though, like, there were multiple times when I woke up and there would be like, people like pointing at like. I mean, I guess that kind of goes off of what Tom says about, like, you know, having my thing ready, but like a lot of times I was like waiting to the last minute to kind of like, but like when I would wake up and people would be pointing, and I didn't want like Tom to think that.
Yeah, I don't think the point would make.
I didn't want like.
Hey, I got booted for a second. What's the email that we're to send any feedback about the ghost roll to? What's that email? Write that down.
So pretty.
I think.
Listen, as soon as my thing said werewolf, and I understood the ghost roll, I was like, okay, I'm screwed. Gil's gonna draw beard, so my goal was just to last as long as I could. And then I'm like,
I'm surprised Jay wasn't here. Like,
yeah, I almost put on a hat and glasses around.
But I complicated with the drawing. I could just have gone like this, and he would have got right away. So the drawing.
And then I thought, when J Mac turned, I'm like, oh, J Mac. I couldn't tell J Mac, but I'm like,
I got Jason too.
Take off your hat.
That's the drawing.
There's a great drawing of Jason.
That's the drawing there. Oh, that's the drawing that Tom shut me down on.
The Sasquatch coming out.
Victor, the minute you described it, I was like, that's Jason, but I'm not going to say anything because we're not supposed to.
But let me ask you this.
Victor described it. I'm like, everyone's going to know it's me. But Victor shouldn't have seen that. Gil, you took too many pictures.
Yeah, but we got to you eventually anyway.
Guami,
Good. That
that's
was good.
perfect, Guami.
I'll tell you what, this was like, I mean, our Discord, I feel, is blowing up. And man, Chris, the werewolf
Yes.
killer, man,
Trying to save werewolves.
you were so
Listen.
close, man. So close to
How-
just ruining this.
How
Tell
in
ya.
the world?
Hold on. I played a game with Gil last night, and he was wearing a gray shirt, and I was thinking he was still in a gray shirt. That's why I thought Matt was lying, because I was like, Gil's in a gray shirt, not a black one. And
Dude.
it was,
Damien had
my head got to me.
Chris
How's
and
the
Matt,
werewolves?
I had no
Damien,
confidence
my
in
bad.
that last vote.
Yeah.
Gil, I
Damien,
fought you.
good
I
job,
fought you.
Damien.
I didn't want to
Damien,
lose
you
to you,
played
Gil.
good.
I'm
just
just
gonna
to
be
pick up on the game machine, but
Okay, so didn't go as smoothly as I wanted it to, and I learned some things, but it still was a pretty fun and entertaining game, and of course that's because of the fun and entertaining people who play it. I hope you enjoyed that. I did make some ideas and modifications, and later on this week we're going to post the second part of this where I did it again and learn from the mistakes of this one, or so you might think. We'll see you then. Anyways, the next time I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Werewolf on the Dice Tower.